Top of the top. Back again. We are back. What's up, y'all? Let's jump into it. We gonna get into some real talk once again. What's up? All that entertainment stuff is dried up anyway because the real stuff that's going on has to do with money, business, corporations. So today we're gonna touch back up on what's really going on, y'all. A lot of smoke and mirrors out here. And the smoke and mirrors is the crash of the urban community. I definitely say urban culture. People didn't understand what this was about. The timer was set ever since we was in the house. When they told you things was never going to be the same again, 5 years later, you have a result. So that's why throughout the years, I got one eye on entertainment, one the other eye on what's real. I'm looking like Biggie Smalls, straight cockeyed, 24/7, and sleep with one eye open. Because that's how life is right now. So my whole perspective was trying to let people know, guys, if you don't do certain changes, you're gonna be caught up in all this madness. It's not madness, y'all. It's a repercussion. When we spend our whole life partying, thinking it's a joke, job to job, relationship to relationship, party to party, friends, this culture, that culture, all this other stuff that had nothing to do with our life progress or forward. It's just that all this stuff has come back around. People that woke up, fixed their life. People that didn't, they stuck. That's just all it is, y'all. Hey, you got people that went on drug benches back in the day. They went on drug benches. They clean their life up. They're okay. So that's also the ultimate side of this. I want people to get that. People that went through hardships in life, a lot of them have learned already and fixed their life. And what's happening is the people that never suffered from hardship or even went through hardship, they going through it now. And this is what I was telling you, this is the game of, it's like when I was doing bad, nobody felt bad for me. But now everybody else doing bad, they want me to feel bad for them. And these are people that were rich. These are people that were in positions. You didn't know when you had Section 8, that really meant you was rich. You ain't understand that. Because I'll be honest, nothing stopped nobody from having Section 8 with somebody a working man in their house with a nice salary and a lot of money was getting stacked. Section 8 was a gold mine. Honest truth is, the projects was a gold mine. Anybody that had 10 years to 20 years plus of low paying rent, that was the gold mine. You see? Then you had people that had a lot of money, was balling. They ain't put their money up. They the ones suffering now. They can't pay taxes. It's a lot of stuff going on. People can't pay their property tax. That's also why they've been selling these homes. They can't afford the property tax no more, y'all. Property tax. Then you got to think of people with all those cars. Property tax, depending on where they at. The more cars they got. You got people got hella loans. You got people who are whole house financed. You see what I'm saying? They whole house financed, y'all. Y'all know it's people that will move in a 5-bedroom house and then finance the whole house. Want on new everything, new bet, and they in debt. A lot of people just in debt, y'all. So the main people suffering are the people that's in debt. And there's so many debts. You can be in debt for your mortgage. You can be in debt with the IRS. You can be in debt with your school loans. You could be in debt, you know what I'm saying, with your credit cards. You could be in all them debts right now. And that's what happened to a lot of people. Then we're going to talk about don't let people fool you. This reality. This the biggest reality happened. I saw this also happen in my family. Like, I'm be honest, I saw this happen to my own mother. Meaning, she retired too early. So my mother was one of the people that took the retirement at 62. Too early, didn't get all her money. And if she was on that old frequency of retiring at 65, she ain't know no better. Working for the city. My mother left her job, and somehow down the line, she had to go back to work. Because what people didn't understand that all those retirement checks, all that money y'all made, look, this was the trick. The retirement checks you were going to be taking in the 2000 teens and 20s wasn't going to be enough. So meaning, The money that was generated, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 70s, all that money, those retirement checks can't cover this new world just by themselves. This is why many people that retire had to go back to work. So really retired means now you need more money. See? Unless you retire with all full, you know what I'm saying? You were stacking, you were putting in 401k 20 years plus. You was saving in your savings account 20 years. You had money in CD accounts. You know, you got assets. You know, you've been working your whole life. You kept all your cars. 2 of them in good running condition with the title. All that means something when you retire. That's what I'm telling y'all. When you retire, you need all that stuff now to be straight or okay. Other than that, nobody's okay because you still got to pay taxes every year. And the worst thing is to be right now is retire in the house. If you want to be technical, this is what I tell you. Really, a person that's retired, only way you're going to really be chilling, you got to be like in an apartment. I'm talking about a 1-bedroom. If you want to be chilling straight, you got to be in a 1 or 2 bedroom. That's how it's set up. That's how it's set up, y'all. So we're going to get into this Harlem building because they pushing them out, but they don't know they're being pushed out because they don't get it through their head. And I'm going to show you all the stuff I said, like when you stay in certain cities so too long, it's set up for you to fail, crumble, and be passed out in an apartment anyway. You're not going to have nothing. And then we're going to talk about today the crash at Nike. All the stuff we already been talking about on this channel, y'all. So that's why I be telling you, man, y'all know we went into the corporation. Y'all know I went into the whole concept of Nike, how they started making cheap sneakers, how I don't wear them no more like that. I don't wear Nikes like that. I got them. I put it like this. My Nikes are collectibles. I don't want to wear them. If I do wear them, it got to be something exclusive. Like I'm really putting them on. Other than that, my everyday life, I do not wear Nikes because they're not comfortable, y'all. I've been telling you this. They've been making them with cheap products. Now they exposed. Nike has crashed 78%. They crashed. You don't got to understand that. If you go outside, these I've been telling you. You've been going outside. I'm talking to the urban community. You ain't never seen nobody wearing no Steph Currys. No Under Armours ain't sell. Oh, but you ain't seen nobody wearing no Kevin Durant's or LeBron James neither in the hood. This is what I've been telling you. The only Nike classics that have been winning, the Nikes that have been keeping that company going for decades are the same Nikes we grew up on, y'all. The hottest Nikes gonna always be them Air Force Ones, Air Max. All the 90s sneakers gonna always be their best sneakers. They 80s and 90s. People ain't get that through their head yet. Why? Those sneakers were made with the best quality and the best designing. That's why when I wear Nike, I only deal with the classics. Only the classic collectibles. And the truth is, even they hurt. They hurt. When I say they hurt your feet, they're not comfortable, y'all. So I've been making excuses with that for years, but I'm not playing no more. Like Nikes ain't comfortable. Like I say, the dunks are. The Jordan 1s are. But certain Nikes ain't comfortable, I'm sorry. And people got hip. They've been charging all this money for cheap sneakers that hurt people's feet. Nikes look fresh, but in reality, no. Nike is also a sneaker you got to grow up out of. I've been telling you all this. So anyway, I'll also give you a hint. Especially if you start wearing designer sneakers and high quality sneakers, you'll see how cheap they actually are. Yeah, like when you get a pair of OG Jordans, you will see exactly how cheap those other ones are. Because the only difference is this. The OG Jordans, they just make with the original leather. Guys, our sneakers was original leather. Then they started using pleather. Why you think the sneakers don't scuff like they used to? Because they ain't real leather. So they've been charging high prices for cheap plastic vinyl sneakers, y'all. And the people don't understand, people like me that know sneakers, them Jordan 1s actually look cheap. You see what I'm saying? They also started making cheap dunks because they stopped making the dunks with real leather. So Nike did all this stuff, now they ass crashed. They crashed, y'all. And it goes back to with the number one thing I said. I said, guys, if you pay attention, they didn't make Nike better. Who's that? LeBron, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, many others. They made Nike flop. You don't get, guys, please, I want to be calm. When I told you that everything they touched, they crashed it and destroyed it. We're going to get into it today, y'all. I'm going to get into this Stephen A thing, too. I know Stephen A is boring. I also know that's how his views ain't popping. Stephen A been sinking. Whenever I do a video on Stephen A, I get my lowest views. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why I'm telling you, they all hype. Today, I'm going to give y'all the facts and the proof. It's all over, y'all. I tell you guys, I swear, all they have been doing is perpetrating online. This is why they ain't sound repeated, but this also why I got love for these people that have been tapped in, because they know the full story. Guys, remember when I said Stephen A. gonna be off TV? And I said the reason why the urban people gonna be off that TV is because they don't bring traffic to ESPN. They still think it's about getting a check and doing what you want to do. Now I finally can prove to you through Pat McAfee. He is now the face of ESPN. But I wanted y'all all to understand, y'all. Pat McAfee earned his spot by grinding on YouTube. Grinding on YouTube. He got his own grind, his own brand, and ESPN needed that, or they would have been in the trash because the old heads wasn't active online. So now they see what happened is when they all ran online, it was too late. Pat McAfee been online since 2017. They didn't understand this. If you wanted to come online, you're supposed to do it 2016, 17, 18. Also, what did I tell you guys? If you put yourself in the CEO boss shoes, if you a boss at a company and you see people you paying $100 million on YouTube doing content for pennies on the dollar, when you get him after a while and say, well, why do I got to keep paying this guy? Well, he does low-level stuff for free anyway. He does stuff for lesser value. He does Sirius radio. He does all this other stuff for low money. Why the hell we paying him $100 million? Duh. So that's what I meant when I said by them being online, they lower their brand and stock and prove to executives we don't have to pay them. That's why, didn't I show you that through Molly Karam? I said, when Molly retired, she's not, when Molly leaves, she ain't gonna start no YouTube channel because she's gonna get jobs. Got a job with boxing. Same thing. I wanted y'all to get it's a science. They got tricked. When I tell you, Ryan Clark, all the people with a certain complexion, I'm gonna tell you what happened. They all got too greedy. They got greedy. I want this platform, I want that platform, I want this money, I want that money, I want this, I want that. But you're not bringing viewership to the mother network. I told you a lot of their views are fake and fabricated. And when I say they view, this is what I mean when corporations say their views are fake. Stephen A. Smith, we don't give a damn if you got 100,000 views on YouTube. If you can't bring them 100,000 views the first take every day, Stephen A., if we put you on NBA Countdown, NFL Countdown, and you can't bring 100,000 views to that, how we know? Well, we can take ratings when you're not on the show. Then we do ratings when you're on it. Then we'll see where the numbers at. So I told you it's the analytical number game that these companies got hip to. The analytics was the best thing for all companies in the world. Why? Now they figured out why they have to pay people and why they don't. This also applies to your job. All working businesses are based on analytics when it comes to cutting the check. See that? You know that at certain production jobs, what? They count your numbers. You ain't gonna just be lacking off. After a while, your numbers gonna catch up with you. They're gonna call you in the office and say, according to last month, your production, because it's about those numbers with everything now, y'all. So understand that. When I tell you, they've been online fronting. I also said, if their numbers are real, these networks would not be firing them. Let's look at ESPN. Let's say Cam Newton averaged 100,000. Let's say Ryan Clark averaged 100,000. Let's say Stephen A. averaged 100,000. That's 300,000 views supposed to be watching First Take regardless. But they always said First Take averaged 400,000. Well, when you got these big YouTubers, why didn't go up? Why didn't go up with Shannon Sharp? I told you they've been using fake numbers. Not only that, this the fake number theory. It's not just the fake numbers. Their fans don't support real corporations and spend real money. See, that's why I said they got hit. Well, since y'all guys don't transition sales to our corporation, you might as well just stay where you are on YouTube. Just stay right there. And this is why all of them working and working and working and working. And they was on salary performing one show a day. That's why Stephen A. Yo, y'all, I told you Stephen A. got set up today. I'm going to prove it through Pat McAfee. It's for real. They just announced how Pat McAfee is the face of ESPN, and I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you how he took all Stephen A. spots, and Stephen A. played a game online trying to perpetrate a role, y'all. And now Stephen A. is set up with that whole female thing. No, they disposed of Stephen A., y'all. Let's get into it. Top of the top. What's up, what's up, Miss K? What's up, Me Brown? What's up, One Deep? What's up, Abundance? All right, y'all, let's go. What's up, PJ? We got a lot to talk about. Let's go, though. I'm trying to chill out today. The crash out of urban culture, man. So what y'all going to see, guys, is tied into it. You're going to see ever since Kobe left, they wasn't making no money. What else we know? Do we forget that Kobe Bryant was going to bring out his own sneaker and what? Leave Nike? Did we forget that? Told you, man, it's a lot of reasons why them teams shutting down and selling off and getting low. Oh, yeah, let me tell you something else. That whole Kawhi Leonard was a distraction off your boy LeBron. Yeah, they put that dirt on Kawhi Leonard to distract from the Lakers controversy. No. They cashing out running now. Everybody forgets he was going to bring out his Mamba sneaker, remember? He was leaving Nike because he was the one holding it up. I've been to Nike flop. Then they try to re-release all the Kobe's. They still flopped. Why? The urban culture was wearing Crocs. So I finally get to show you once again the I've been saying. When I told y'all I'm not trying to disrespect people that wear Crocs, but I say, guys, y'all wearing Crocs too much. You're not wearing other sneakers. You wasn't raised to wear hospital slippers. You wasn't raised to wear CNN worker shoes, CNA workers. You wasn't trained to wear jail slippers. You guys were wearing Crocs too much, and I peeped it. You was wearing it because of a fad, and you didn't get that Crocs meant you were in the woke movement. I told you, these movements had identities that you can decipher to know who's who. We understood people that was walking around in hoodies and Crocs all day, they were the woke movement. They were the anti-corporation. No, it's that not that. Not, they was the ones supporting establishments. They were the ones what? Destroying them. George Floyd, robbing them. What's that? Steam boosting, smash and grab. They were the ones destroying corporate business. Who that? The woke movement. Target. Huh? Walmart. That's what happened. People forget they raided all those Foot Lockers. It's a reason why Foot Locker started closing. No, y'all. If you from the urban community and you like that, you know for a fact you was raised on wearing Nike. And you always know in the urban community, Nike was always the top favorite sneaker. Everybody know that, especially if you're born in the 90s. What they wear to this day? What's still the top sneaker? Not all the 90s Air Max, pick one, 90, 91, 95, 97. Still the top Nikes. Oh, they still wearing Jordans. But when they first came out, Jordans was what? Nikes. Which means everything I told you guys, it's an exposure. We are the generation of innovators and creators. Kobe Bryant stopped creating sneakers, Nike crashed. We stopped judging the talent and the skills of the designer clothes and the Nike. They crashed. Meanwhile, I never stopped wearing other sneakers anyway. I threw all this stuff at you. I got every sneaker in my closet. Basically every brand. Meaning I don't discriminate. I got sneakers for different reasons. I got stuff just to be comfortable in. I got stuff to run around in. I got stuff when I'm dressing one. I got different sneakers, but my life ain't based on Nike. Like I say, I don't deal with these people on what they say is cool. And no, I got my own style. It's gonna always be in tune too. But I understood something, guys. I'm not gonna keep paying for no sneakers that hurt my feet. I don't care how they look. That's why when I got the real exposure Nike, when I bought them Vapor Max, them big ass bubble, and they wasn't comfortable, I like, man, these sneakers a joke. I wore them joints one night, and you know, I know they was a joke, y'all. Let me tell you how I know. I just know my feet. I wore them joints on carpet. I went to the casino. I put on the vapes. Man, my feet was still hurting, y'all. And I walked. I'm like, man, these things feel cheap. They look nice, but they cheap. I didn't think they hurt my feet. I don't like them. So I'm just letting y'all know I got sneakers way more comfortable. I don't tell all the sneakers I wear, but I'm just gonna tell you this. I've been telling you I rock with Adidas. There's certain Adidas that smash all Nikes. But now when I wear them Air Force Ones, they always on point because they the most comfortable as Nikes to me. Air Force Ones. They the best to work in. All black, best to work in. You know what I'm saying? When you just chilling, they the best. All white. No. Air Force One gonna always be the best. When was they made? 1982. Because that's when they were using real leather and real technology. See that? Air Force, and I ain't gonna lie, whenever I get the Air Force Ones for real, like say if I get the If I got the white ones, I ain't gonna wear them. But see, when I really wear them, I wear the ones that don't wrinkle in the front. Like those right there, the suede. I like all the Air Force ones that don't wrinkle in the front. Those are the ones I rock. Like I rock them every day. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, these designs are still the top sellers. All the ones from the 80s and 90s, which also prove out of all the sneakers they brought out, nothing never topped our classics, y'all. That also meant the new generations didn't inspire nothing new. This is what I tell you. I don't act young because I don't follow young people. I just stay in my own style. They have nothing to follow or copy. They don't, because they're not original. They all caught up in our swag. And they thought they were doing something special. No, guys, sorry. That's why I always tell you that. Y'all didn't innovate me for nothing. I'm sorry to tell you that. So these are the things I've been talking about. People, see, this is part of the culture, urban culture. This is showing you when I said the end of an era is official through Nike. Nike is officially finished, y'all. Finished. Finished. Because when it came to sneaker technology, Nike couldn't keep up. That's what I was telling everybody. When it comes to sneaker technology, you know how many other sneakers got some technology in their sneaker where them soles so comfortable. You literally can bounce. It's some sneakers you literally can walk blocks and blocks. You just walk your ass off in them. That's how comfortable they are. Because when it came to that technology, Nike didn't put no technology in. No, guys, keep it real with yourself. It's Nikes that give your ass corns, bunions, feet burning, toes burning. Those Nikes, y'all. Trust me, y'all. I told you I started accepting the truth years ago. Tell me, I say 2019, I stopped wearing Nikes officially. I still got them, but they just collectibles. I don't wear them. If I call myself want to be comfortable chilling, it ain't gonna be no Nikes. Unless it's some dunks. Something like, you get what I'm saying? It's gonna be some old Nikes or Air Force One, period. And I'm telling you right now, I got certain things, but nah, let's go. No, y'all also seeing what happened. Many different things. They crashed. Nike officially crashed because of the hood. Let's talk East Coast. When I say East Coast, I'm talking about from Ohio River to the Atlantic Ocean and everywhere down south. Y'all know the top sneaker always been Nike. I'm saying that because we're gonna talk about California. They wear Nikes, but they always wear certain ones. Everybody forget California. They were still wearing old clothes. They wear skateboard clothes. They were wearing Dickie suits. They still was wearing old Cortez. Like that's their style. They got their own style on the West Coast. East Coast was the home of buying all the clothes, buying many different sneakers. Fashion, 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 fashion. That's East Coast. And I'm saying that because when the East Coast stopped shopping like that, that's what happened, y'all. Who bought the most Nikes? New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Florida, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? We start getting it. No. Y'all know what's up. Let's stop playing. People going to the store buying 2 Nikes at a time. Me, the kid, we coming out the store with 5 pair of Nikes. Y'all know this. Kids, oh, no, ain't no way. No kids getting Nikes. They ain't getting nothing else. They getting them Nikes. They ain't, Y'all know how that go. So you're going to see how the hell they crash. You got it. You got it. But you see, it's so many layers of this. Y'all going to see the power of your dollars for everything that's crashing now that you don't spend money with no more. Nike's your main example now. That's why this is layered. What's the other layer? Remember when I spoke about in the urban community, the culture is not basketball no more? They stopped playing basketball a long time ago. That's the concept of the Steph Curry jacking up all the jump shots. When they started jacking up all the jump shots, that took away the game of basketball. That's not basketball, y'all. Kept telling you what happened. They crashed our culture. Oh, that's cool. No, that was a show. That was a Harlem Globetrotter show. Had nothing to do with basketball. Where it makes somebody think they can't play because they don't got a 3-point shot. It discourages them. They're not taught about all these other positions they can play in basketball. They just taught they got to jack up shots. See that? It was all on purpose. Everything they did was to discredit the youth. Meaning, when y'all get older, y'all ain't going to have nothing. And what was the ways out the neighborhood? Entertainment and sports. They're not the best at sports. Why? A whole generation grew up with skinny jeans. They were not athletic. They were just into firearms and trash rap music. They wasn't into nothing else. They didn't understand the multitask. They didn't understand that You can love rap music, had a radio right there while we still playing ball. Cause we universal like that. We did everything. That's why I talk like that, because I did everything growing up. Just about drawing, playing ball, football. Like, I was artistic, which would be considered a nerd, but I also was very brutal, because I like playing tackle football with equipment. And I got to a point where if you're not talking about playing football with equipment, I don't want to play. That's how we were, because we got turned out on equipment. Meaning we ain't want to never play two-hand touch again. Tackle. Because that's how we grew up. Artistic and hard. Do everything. Masculine, whatever you want to say. You see what I'm saying? Because we had fun. They didn't have fun. Their whole life was computer. Computer, phone. Computer, phone. No, we at the court for hours, sweating for hours. Balling in the heat summer. Balling, because we love balling. We in the gym, we love it. See what I'm saying? That's us. We loved it. And we also had a shot to get rich off it. That's why you saw a transition of Allen Iverson, because we from the eras, so-called people from the street, so-called thugs, so-called urban people that really, they street, but they really got all this talent. And they got so much talent, they can do a whole bunch of other stuff and still be good at that. You know what I'm saying? That's that Iverson stuff. That's that Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders. Because they can do a whole lot and they're good at it. That's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? But their talent disappeared throughout the decades. So, shown through Shedeur Sanders. Shown through Bronny. Shown to y'all. No, LeBron talents come from the urban community. How? When you playing against those urban kids, that's how you get nice. How they became trash. Playing in the suburbs. Playing in AU programs. No, it's the hood that developed the diamonds. The diamonds and gold is in the urban community. That's why they always knew that's where they had to go to dig. You don't find a diamond in the suburbs. It's in one of them hoods. This is the formula they followed since the 70s, y'all. That go back to cornbread and go back to all that stuff, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's where it come from. The pipeline science was you must find somebody in that hood with nothing, and that's how you get rich. Or once you get them all in that hood to support anything, you will become rich. And you will see every brand that was supported. I don't care if it's coffee to fake Mexican food called Chipotle or Nike. Without them, you ain't getting rich. And when they stop, you're going to crash. You know what really crashed Nike? The Colin Kaepernick deal. They also saying it's the woke movement. Didn't I tell y'all before, everything woke going to be out of here? Yeah, they say the woke movement is now the broke movement because everybody in the woke movement is going broke. You know what else happened? All that woke stuff pissed off a lot of advertisers, and that's why they said screw them. Screw them. So now we're not catering to them. We don't even care what they like no more. I'm telling y'all that's what happened. Oh, yeah, let me tell y'all something else. The whole debate about Michael Jordan and LeBron is bogus. The whole concept of keeping Michael Jordan versus LeBron conversation going, the whole purpose of that fake GOAT conversation was to take Kobe out of the storyline. When you put LeBron James in the GOAT debate with Michael Jordan, you're automatically taking Kobe out of it. When the real debate was supposed to be who's better, Kobe or LeBron. And y'all know that from when he played. See how y'all always get duped and finesse? And that's why I trash out on this internet. Because I watch this internet control and create all of y'all modern day narratives. That's why a lot of y'all are lost. And that's why your community is lost. Because everything you turned your back on was actually your real history to be proud of. Your history even got compromised, y'all. When you know damn well Michael Jordan was the greatest, but you see he kept entertaining his nonsense for 10 years straight. Now, guess what? Nobody cares about the conversation. Nobody even cares. Know what happened? People stopped watching basketball. Nobody cares. Didn't I tell you they're not pop stars? What the powers that be know? When people fell out, when people got tired of Kevin Durant crap, people got tired of Russell Westbrook crap, they got tired of LeBron crap, Kyrie Irving crap. When people of America got tired of their crap, they stopped watching NBA. Which means those other kids are not buying their sneakers. These are all the things that happen. So it's not just a crash because of the urban community. Remember, when you're not a pop star, which means when young children of all ages and races don't look up to you and want your sneakers ain't gonna sell. What part you don't understand? Your boy been perpetrating on all of them been perpetrating online, y'all. And I told you, the exposure happened when it came time for those election polls. See, you can lie about record sales. You can cheat on streaming. Hey, you can buy your own product out the store. But for some reason, when all of these millionaires with all of these views call themselves being in politics and influencing people to vote, it was proven 2024 that none of them had real influence when it came to those polls, which is free, no spending money. They couldn't get nobody to come to the polls. And this one I figured out, no, those black celebrities, they were so greedy, I peeped them out. They were all into making money off their brands, money. But when it came time for voting that's free, they couldn't translate those numbers because they didn't know they were being studied by AI. AI has been unleashed on us since 2024. I've been telling y'all this whole thing. Go check when I first did the AI video. It's on members only. I told them 2024 we in the AI world, but they didn't understand that. Now 2026, everybody talking about the algorithm. I'm the algorithm. No, you're not. AI, no, you're not. AI runs the clock. You got to get in where you fit in now. The days of naturally going viral is over. Control over. Meaning, you must naturally gain numbers, traction, and the main thing they're looking for now is consumership. Seriousness. Meaning these companies want real numbers or your butt is getting out of here. I told you it don't matter who you are. Got it? But if you got them numbers, boy, they'll get on one knee for you. Yes, they will. Because you got them numbers. They're real traffic. So I'm telling you, you're going to know who's real because they're going to elevate to these major networks. Just like I'm going to throw it at you. The fact that everybody's like, say every day, everybody's streaming the KVD trial. That don't make money. Why? It's a dead topic. It happened already. It's about old men. It has nothing to do with future prosperity on YouTube. Meaning, it's not going to make no new money. It's not going to get no new viewership. See that? It's not. But see, when everybody doing it, what actually happens is, for that whole week, YouTube crashes. That's how it works. They don't even know you can crash this shit through the AI algorithm. They ain't know you keep doing the same thing over, you crash the internet. I prove it. That's why anybody, you might have covered the TVD trial this day, but each day you cover it, the views get lower and lower and lower. Because I keep telling you how this thing's set up. They not stupid. They got it set up where you're not going to milk nothing. Meaning, if you're going to get your numbers, you better do it organically. If you're not, they got a plan for you. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. YouTube is smart, man. It's AI set up. Just like the IRS, we ain't cheating it. They know. They like this. You think you're going to just cover a topic and just keep recording, let it keep playing and get all these free money. No, we're not paying you off that. Because that's no guarantee you're going to make people come back next week. You just riding the wave of the KVD trial. The phrase, go woke or go broke. The phrase, go woke, go broke, has resurfaced in online commentary around the company's recent struggle. So here you got it. Y'all know Nike was the biggest sneaker and it crashed. Why? Because of the woke movement. So everything I've been telling you guys was out of love. Like, yo, I've been telling y'all years ago, stop wearing them Crocs. Now, if you with the movement, that's cool. But once I started, I was able to watch people wear them joints 3 winters straight. When they was wearing them winter, see, summer, cool. Spring, cool. Females, cool. But when I start seeing men wearing them year round, I start seeing females wearing them year round. I said, nah, they starting to look broke. They not respecting the fact those are medical slippers. It also meant y'all the loan balls out your mind, wearing hospital shoes every day. And I also understood that, them people used to dress. Now they come out in public with bonnets, Crocs, pajamas. They look like bums when I see them. They don't understand other people look at them as bums. But let me remind you, in California, that they brought that out. So when I tell you, I watch the whole East Coast and the whole world get influenced by California. They the ones that wear flat foot sneakers and Crocs. That's their style. But see, California's a bunch of many styles. What's that? Hippie, mixed with skateboarder, mixed with surfers and gangbangers. Meaning, if you really pay attention, people in California never could dress like that in the urban community unless they wear designer. They not dresses like that. They wear chill out stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that neither. I wear chill out stuff too. My point is, I wear chill out stuff, but when it's time to get dressed, I got stuff to put on. And I'm saying, when I see California call themselves getting dressed, I don't see them dressing like that. They wear basic clothes, which is cool. But I wanted people to get that whole crop come from them. And y'all were all wearing that on the East Coast in cold ass states. In the wintertime, I saw it. I was in my mind, I was doing a documentary on it. Yo, I can't believe all these people in the hood wearing Crocs like that. And they won't stop. And it always triggered me because back in the day, my child mother wore those and she was a CNA. That's why it always behooved me, the black ones. So that's why I was like, yo, why are they wearing these like that? And they cheap. Why are they wearing them instead of sneakers? Why they ain't switching up? Why they don't wear their Crocs some days? I'm like, yo, they living in them to the point where their Crocs are dirty. Which means, how do you have a cheap ass slipper that's dirty? Guys, they wasn't wearing Nike slides. They wasn't wearing Fila slides. They were wearing Crocs in New York. That's when I knew they was out of here, y'all. Because everybody in the woke movement was wearing those. They were really bums, y'all. I'm sorry to hurt y'all feelings. Y'all were all in the system. They had a program for y'all. You're going to be on the system. When y'all go outside, you're going to look like you're on the system. I knew the code. The code of poor people was Crocs in the urban community. I told you, when you and your whole family outside with Crocs, that shit meant your whole family ain't got no sneakers and shoes. And it meant you was too cheap to buy them. When you know, god daggone well, your whole life, you had sneakers your whole life as a kid growing up. You know, that's the household. Goddamn, we wearing sneakers since Buster Brown's. That's a household law. Sneakers, church shoes. Sneakers, dress shoes. Y'all know that. But y'all got flipped. Woke movement. The woke movement is the broke movement. Anybody was claiming woke, they ass broke now, whether they're a corporation or a regular person. I'll prove it. I know anybody who's claiming woke movement, I know for a fact you can't buy a pair of sneakers right now. Let's go. It was a setup, y'all. It was a setup. This is your proof that they crashed everything, guys. How did Nike crash? It's two ways sneakers always sold in our community. We set the trend, y'all. You got it. Y'all all got it twisted because they started thinking the rappers set the trend. So they start wearing what rappers wear. When has it been like that, y'all? Streets, urban, city, people. Don't the city set the trend and then the rappers follow? If these niggas come out in NBA and we say those hot, we start rocking them. Ain't everybody gonna start rocking them? How we know when the sneakers are hit? When you come outside in the hood and everybody got them on. It's a hit. You know what I'm saying? We know this. So I'll tell you, I forget that all the stuff we talking about is the culture, y'all. So when you say hip-hop culture or you say urban culture, this everything that go with it. So even if this was our culture, a lot of y'all lost that culture, man. Like even if hip-hop entertainment and being fresh and fly and talented was your culture, you even lost that. If getting fresh was part of your culture, you lost that. These are really clown shoes you're looking at, y'all. This is what I mean by flat foot. Those are really some flat foot clown sneakers, that particular color. You don't get it, but that's what they are. And my people that know sneakers, you'll see they clearly look cheap. They look vinyl. Those are cheap sneakers, y'all. That y'all wore because they represented. When somebody in the woke movement get fresh and they take off their Crocs, they put on their dunks and they think they fresh. I'm telling you, I've been peeping y'all whole card because it's a code to it. See, in the woke movement, when they take off their Crocs, they ain't wearing no Kobe. Everybody in the woke movement, when they get fresh, they gonna either put on some Dunks or some Jordans. And they think in their mind they fresh as hell. Newsflash, guys, Jordans don't mean you fresh. Sorry. I seen that YouTube with that dude, that politic dude. He think because he got on Jordans in the match and had he fresh. No, bro, that's old school. And bro, those are the cheap Jordans. Those are cheap, guys. I can see they pleasant from here. You know what happened? Nike been falling off the map So they brought the dunks back out because they know they would sell. And when I saw them had a nerve to make dunks $169, y'all, I knew they were smoking. I knew they were smoking. I knew they were smoking. I watched them actually make dunks cost more than Jordans, y'all. Let's fool them again back in the day. Because we set the trend. Remember when your mom wouldn't even buy you a pair of Jordans at $150? Now let's go back. Y'all remember when Jordans $150? How much was dunks? Was dunks not between $70 and $80? Because was not dunks for the people who mom went buy Jordans, but you still want to be fresh? You get a pair of dunks, and you still was fresh. Am I lying? Was dunks not always 75? I remember time dunk was 65 on sale. I'm talking about after 2000. Now they came out in the 80s, but y'all remember when they came back out 2000 and they was always no more than $80, no more than 85 for the high top. I'll put it like this: you'll be able to get a low pair of dunks 60 to 70, high top dunks 75 to 85. They had a nerve to make them 165, and on top of that, y'all, they don't even use real leather no more. And I saw people buying. That's when I said, "Nah, they out their mind. They out their mind. They out their mind." Because what happened was they groomed the young generation to look up to the 90s and beyond. But the only reason why they trained them to look up to that era, because they was going to be the ones buying all our old stuff. So this is what I meant by I'm in the new stuff. I know for a fact, if you're a person that just wear dunks, I know for a fact I got way more fresher head of shit to do. I know for a fact I can pull out sneakers you never saw before and be like, damn, I like those. I'm not bragging, just being real. We talking fashion, right? We talking style. I learned my style in the urban community. I tell you, when I got baked and joked on young, I learned and I was fresh ever since. I literally got baked to learn how to be fresh. That's the hood, y'all. That's why I tell you, you ain't, remember I said yesterday, you're not urban if you can't take jokes. You ain't from the hood, sorry. No, I got baked, and that's what made me get fresh. And I said, never again. That's how I go in Brooklyn, where I'm from. You getting baked. You come out that house, you getting baked. I don't care if you're not coming. If your sneakers ain't right, your pants ain't right. If you're not right, you're getting baked. Period. So we raised in that, which embedded us to forever be fresh. All can get fresh. I might be a bum, but I can get fresh quick. That's where we from. You know what I'm saying? It's basically against the law not to have nothing fresh in your closet. Period. That's the culture. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to talk culture, talk the culture for real. These was never our culture. It became your culture on Instagram and Facebook. This is the truth, y'all. And you know what else happened in reality? This the illest thing that happened. Because I did the math. This the proof, the illest thing that happened. Y'all know what happened? Crop went up on the stock market. Everybody had money invested in Crocs, they went up. Yes, they did. That's why y'all start seeing Croc stores. Crocs went up and Nike went down. The facts are in now, y'all. The facts are in. So who did that? Who's behind that? Didn't I tell y'all became counterfeit, bootleg, Temu people? Bingo. Meanwhile, you were the freshest. Straight up. So y'all lost y'all drip. What else I've been telling them? Showing them. Guys, in the pandemic, I seen Jordan 1s for $80. Straight up. Jordan 1s were so cheap because nobody was shopping. I've been peeping it. Jordan 1s, I was seeing them for 80, 85, no more than $100 online. Straight up. All these years. That's how I knew. I'm like, yo, they not buying sneakers. Sneakers even getting cheaper. They still wearing Crocs. And I'm just peeping and the peep. I'm like, yo, nah, this is who they are now. Croc wearers. Now, once again, those are medical shoes. If you're in a medical facility, those for the nurses as well. You know what I'm saying? So their feet get air because they on their feet all day. That's for the nurses. They been made early 2000s for their feet to be comfortable and their feet to breathe. It's for in jail. So the men in jail could take showers with their slippers on. That's for jail in certain states. And so the prisoners can't fight like that. That's why they got them. They for prisoners. Those are facts. So being that I knew what they were, I never accepted them as no kind of fad. Because I know what they are. And y'all didn't know it was an experiment. Y'all walking around looking like criminals because they wear them in jail. And y'all walking around looking like nursing patients or nurses. That's all they were. Then in California, they started the fad of dressing them up. But who started it? The woman right there. The woman right there started it. The liberals started that. It also ties in with the hippies. Because if you're a hippie, that's your number one sneaker. Hippies don't wear this stuff. Hippies don't wear name brand stuff. That's what hippies do. Now, when you're a hippie, let me break it down. When you're a hippie and you got a fresh pair of Crocs and a tie-dye shirt, you chilling. See, when you're a hippie and you got a pair of Crocs, a pair of tan khaki shorts, and a white tee, you chilling. See, it's a difference. Y'all don't know style. Because what? You was following other people's culture. But I tell you, I know all cultures. So yes, I got some. I might got a hippie t-shirt. I might got a skateboard. I got a pair of skateboard Adidas. I got skateboard sneakers. You see what I'm saying? I got all levels, y'all. So I'm telling you, I know my stuff. So when I wear stuff, I know why I'm wearing it. Oh, this comes from rock and rollers right here. See this belt? I know where it come from. I don't just wear stuff and follow it. That's y'all. So that's why I say those. I never went for that. First of all, I'm a man. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not walking around in nothing open-toed. On top of that, I ain't walking around on damn nursing shoes. Y'all did that. Because that was the symbol. You want to know the symbol of the woke movement? Just put up a Croc. That was the movement. That's what they were walking in. Go back and look at that footage of them protesting, and I bet your life you're going to see them all in Crocs. And when they other than Crocs, you're going to see these right here, Dunks and Jordan 1s. That's their sneaker, y'all. That's their sneaker. I don't know what it's about California. All they wear is Jordan 1s. I don't know what that's about. Hey, yo, bro, they don't rock with the 4s, the 16. They just wear 1s. I don't know what that's about. All them corny ass celebrities. When you watch the NBA, they all be sitting front row with dunks and 1s on. I'm like, man, they corny, but I always knew what that meant. That's the shoe of a certain people. Yeah. All the people that's liberals wear those. Why? Because Nike is a liberal company. That's why they ass crashed. Because they was getting behind all these political movements. Colin Kaepernick, I can't breathe. See that? LeBron Arquette was behind all that. So while they was doing that, Nike forgot you got original customers that's not into that. Regular customers, they're not into that. But the woke movement, I told you, got charged in the end with dividing the country, making us fight each other. They said they were so woke, they had to get put to sleep, even though they were already asleep. That's why I tell you on this show, I say we up. We up, because we stay up. We past woke. you could just wake up and still be asleep. Because they were asleep. Y'all know why they were asleep? Because they were sleepwalking, following, and participating in stuff they had no knowledge of. And the point is this. Any company that was behind woke, any people that was the voice of woke, their dollars and revenue was gone. That's why Ryan Clark off TV. He was with the woke movement. What's the woke movement? All the people always bringing up race. What's the woke movement? All the people always complaining about how bad the country is and dividing. Just dividing. They time up, y'all. Meaning no more dollars behind that behavior. That's all I want to try to get. It's time to grow up, y'all. It's time to grow up. All right? And I'm looking at this because we all know for a fact Nike was the top sneaker. Now you have proof that LeBron James didn't build Nike up. Guys, you went a whole decade. I didn't see nobody wearing LeBron James sneakers like that, I swear, since he played for Miami, y'all. I swear. I saw more people wear LeBron James sneakers when he played for Cavaliers the first time in Miami. After that, people have not been wearing those LeBron James sneakers, y'all. It was a hoax. Comparing him to Jordan. No, he was on Jordan level, no kind of way, not even past Kobe. So, that's the thing. LeBron making excuses, y'all. Ha, 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 ha. He making excuses. This is what LeBron's saying. You got to get back into the roots. The NBA superstar LeBron James said he's arguing that Nike needs to reconnect with the communities and younger consumers that help make the brand culturally dominant in the first place. What you mean, LeBron? You're the one. No, it means the community didn't look up to you. That's what it means. He's playing make-believe, y'all. The truth is, no, it proves they didn't look up to you, which means throughout the years, people in the urban community was not wearing LeBron James sneakers. So I tell you, it's layers. They didn't look up to you like that, LeBron. They didn't buy him. For two, it was a woke movement. They were wearing Crocs. LeBron, the reason why Nike's flopped is because of you and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, because y'all were the ones that got the last bigger deals, and y'all all three were the face of the woke movement. When Kyrie Irving tried to be woke, what happened? Lost that Nike deal. Oh, Colin Kaepernick tried to be woke. What did he get? A Nike deal. But all that was crashing Nike. Can you see it now? You have the proof. Did the NBA get better since LeBron James? Huh? Since he's leaving, did he get better? Is it better than before he came? Didn't Michael Jordan make it better for him? All right, let's stop playing. Didn't Larry Bird made it okay? Did he make it better? Let's go back. Do we got to go back to Magic Johnson Converse weapons? And did we not know that the Converse weapons was selling like crazy when they was out? Did we not know it was a game of pick one? Which one you want? The Patrick Ewings, you want the Jordans, or you want the weapons? I had Ewings. Some people had weapons. Y'all don't know. There was a time when people picked Converse over Nike. These are facts. It was a time when people picked Adidas over Nike. Because that was the quality of sneaker, and we real sneakerheads. Meaning we ain't never just stick to one brand. But it was flavors. So you might have, we talking about when they playing, they popping like that. While Magic playing, he got the weapons on. While Jordan playing, he got them on. While you were playing, he got them on. And they selling it in the hood. Meaning that was real sneaker play, which means they really inspired those sneaker sales in the hood. It transitioned. See that? People actually wearing weapons. The Laker Converse joints. You see what I'm saying? The real Laker fans had them joints. They ain't want no dunks. See? Y'all started getting groomed on what to wear and what to buy because of following. No, man, we from the era of trendsetters. This planet is still revolving off the trends we set. You didn't top it. That's how I knew a lot of people. That's how I knew the new generation was slow, y'all. I'm just being honest. I knew they were slow with a bunch of mouth. They were gaslit. They were gaslit the protest because they saw the Rodney King videos. That's what happened. They were brainwashed to protest. You gonna notice, right? Before they're protesting, what they kept doing, showing all those Rodney King documentaries, Rodney King march and protest. They were taught, they were trained and groomed. They brought out that movie, The Last Black Messiah, all these protests, they were gaslighting their ass. Meanwhile, they're gonna be woke. We're gonna use their ass to demolition their own neighborhood, right? After that, we're gonna cut their programs, and the same programs they had them marching are the same programs gonna stop feeding their ass. And they're gonna go broke. Why? Other trick is they're gonna be online all day. Everybody in the woke movement was online all day. I told you they all had jobs. A lot of their job was to come online and attack anybody saying certain stuff. They got tricked. But you guys be all right. We got you. Start your channels up. And that's why I told you after elections it all backfired. They ain't had no jobs no more. When the president first told y'all, when he got elected, and y'all first heard the stuff about programs getting cut, that's why a lot of people were mad because they know the free money has stopped. The free money that allowed them to sit online and troll all day and wear Crocs and smoke weed. What else happened? They banned vapes. Vapes, that was the #1 cigarette for the woke movement. Tell you guys they had their own culture. What else they do in the woke movement? Chill at hookah lounges? Ask me how many times I went to a hookah lounge. Never. Didn't I tell you wherever they at? I don't go. Told you, man. I will prove it on every level, y'all. When you stay away from them, your life gets so much better. I try to give y'all this formula while I talk and act like this. When you understand, stay away from them. Let them do them. Let them go off the cliff. You'll be all right. So, we just watched Nike go off the cliff. Even though that's the #1 sneaker of the woke movement. What's that? Dunks and Jordan 1s. I watched the interview the other day a while ago on No Jumper. They all had on Air Force. They all had on Dunks like they was fresh. I'm like, man, yeah. I'm like, man. Sorry, LA, man. Y'all can't dress like that. I'm talking about the blacks. They got no style. You know what I'm saying? You want to be technical in Cali, everybody else set the trend, man. The rockers. You know what I'm saying? That's why Von Dutch and certain things were popping. Ed Hardy. Nah, man. They were wearing Dickie suits their whole life. They just started learning how to dress. It's the truth. So I'm saying that because all of this stuff did not keep the culture going. That's why Nike flopped. And Nike got stingy when it got time for technology and spending money. So, you got it right here, the facts. Despite Nike's stock now hovering near a 12-year low, it's been in the dirt for 12 years straight. When they start crashing out even more? When Kanye brought them Yeezys out. What else crashed them out, y'all? When people step their game up, start wearing designer sneakers. What my people that wear designer sneakers know. All my people that wear designer sneakers know, once you wear designer sneakers, you cannot go back to no damn Nikes. Am I lying, folks? All right. That's why the only way you're going to wear Nike is some classic. Other than that, you ain't wearing that no more. Because once you know what real Italian leather is and real sneakers and real rubber and real everything, you don't want that no more. It's the same thing like foreign cars. Once you drive a foreign car, you can't go back normal. Once you drive a car on a certain level, you just can't go back. You know what I'm saying? It's sorry. If for some people, once they move up in their housing, they can't go back. I understand when you got your house, you hate to hear that word apartment. You ain't trying to go back. I know. You don't care if it's a lavish apartment, 3-bedroom. You like, I ain't going back to an apartment. It's some people that's like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. So they kept buying the same thing. I want y'all to understand, repetitive stuff crashes. That's why I always throw these shots at y'all about YouTube. When things are repetitive, it becomes corny and cheesy. And people like me that spend money, like new stuff, we go elsewhere. And then I watch them crash. So when they telling me Nike crashed, I'm not surprised because they crashed in my mind already. Them shit's corny. Same thing when I said with First Take, when I said they're going to be kicked off TV. Why? I stopped watching. Now that shit corny, they're going to crash. Anything I turn my back on is going to crash. Why? I deal with the views of a consumer. I'm a consumer. Like a restaurant. You making my food one way, I come back, you start slacking. That's it. I'm going to give you 3 chances. After that, you finished. Come back later, they went out of business. I already knew they was going out of business. Why? They started messing people with food. You know, as soon as they boost their prices, they start being stingy with food and messing up. I knew they was going to crash. That's what always happened. So I tell you, a lot of these things you can see when you pay attention. Thank you very much, man. So y'all, this is real, meaning y'all know damn well it's back to school. But the past back to school years, these kids have not been getting no Nikes. And they've been buying dunks. You know what that means? These are the cheapest ones. So Nike can't prosper off of that. See that? Bingo. Same way I'm going to show you, it was never no excuse for them youngsters not to have no sneakers. Mommy, they brought the kid dunks down to $50. That's only a couple more dollars more than Crocs. But y'all were in a cult of Croc wearing. Flavors, colors. No, Crocs is something you throw on when you're chilling, running around, mainly for females, not for men. And you clearly would see those are not real leather. So this means no matter how much people wore the dunks, it still wasn't going to help Nike come back. Now you got the facts, y'all. Their number one seller was dunks and Jordan 1s. That's it. And don't get it twisted. The Air Max 97s, Air Max 95, they made a little noise with the vapes. But y'all see that vape stuff faded out. Because people know the truth, them damn vapes hurt. I will tell you, the Nike Dunks are more comfortable than the damn vapes. These are my facts. You know what I'm saying? The Dunks are comfortable. I'll give them that. They more comfortable than all Nike sneakers. Air Max, man, I'm telling you, they comfortable more. Now, y'all, I'm not in the way. Because, guys, sneakers that hurt your feet mean they cheap for real. That's what it means. If you put on these sneakers, same size, these sneakers, same size, and they hurt your feet any kind of way, I don't care if they burn, I don't care what it is, they cheap. That's the code of sneakers, y'all. Either they cheap in that sole somewhere, they cheap in the heel, they cheap. Cheap sneakers hurt your feet, man. You know what I'm saying? When they made with cheap material. Just like cheap ass jeans, always gonna be extra hot. They might give you rashes. It's cheap clothes, man. But I'm gonna show you right here. Nike been in the trash. They've been perpetrating, y'all. So a 12-year low. Not everyone on Wall Street thinks the swoosh is finished. Bernstein analysts. See that? Analysts, guys. Everything that deals with money is tied in with analytics. When you understand that formula, you'll get that nobody is ever going to cheat again when it comes to money. If they're not making money, because they're not proven to make money. Got it? It's all facts. If they working for a company and they're not generating dollars, they're getting fired. So look, a buy rating on Nike stock while adjusting her price target from $72 to $68. That still represents roughly 70% upside from where shares trade today. So the stock has crashed, y'all. It's crashing out. Now you're going to see. Ever since Kobe left, they've been in the trash. And what was Kobe going to do? Leave. What was he going to do? Start his own sneaker. but the plane crashed. A lot of stuff is going to be their karma anyway. So the phrase, go woke, go broke. So the other part of it is why, see, they stop. See, what happened? They crashing because they stopped being popular. They crashing because they stopped using cheap products. They stopped being creative. They couldn't keep up with the technology of other new sneakers. What else? The basketball players that make Nike pop. Guys, Charles Barkley's, were they not popping? Tell these youngsters how much the Charles Barkley was popping. To this day, are Charles Barkley sneakers not still popping? I will prove to you every sneaker from the 90s is still popping. Damn it, the Pippins, Barkleys, the Pippins, shit, Bo Jacksons, all popping. The Dion's, everything that's popping is from the 90s, period. 80s, 90s, period. Because that's when Nike made the best sneaker. When they came up with that air bubble, it was real air bubble technology. I remember people were busting it just to see if the bubble was going to bust. That's how they were for real. They were putting real money in them. Let me show you now. Now I want you to look at these dunks, see how cheap they are. Let's break down cheapness. Look at that sole. Look at that sole, y'all. Nike was cheap. What Nike didn't want to do? Now, didn't other sneakers start elevating their sole, making thicker soles? That's more money, more quality product. Huh? No, they were using cheap. You see that? You can slap that together. Take this pattern, but that's what shit you slap together. Shit's cheap for real, y'all. They really cheap. And that was y'all number one fattest sneaker. And on top of that, that sneaker come out 85. 85. 85, y'all. So I tell you, your culture is old and played out. Y'all didn't advance and you're boring. So me, I've been found other stuff to wear. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how many pair of dunks you got. That stuff don't mean nothing. Now you're going to see who had a deal with Nike for hundreds of millions. Kevin Durant. Who had a Nike deal? See it on their jersey, right? Kyrie Irving. You have the proof. They made Nike flop. You got the proof now, y'all. They didn't make the NBA better. They didn't make Nike brand better. These are results of who they are. Guys, I tell you, please understand what I'm saying. Now, remember when they was always about the money, the check, the deal. He got a deal. He got this money, the money, the money, the money, the money, the money. I'm going to keep saying it because that's how they was moving, the money. Yo, people right here think money is everything, but they don't understand. Building, longevity, legacy. That word legacy don't register in their brain. That's why all their legacies are destroyed. Kyrie Irving legacy is destroyed. Kevin Durant legacy is destroyed. All of their legacies are down the toilet, y'all. Because they didn't generate billions for these companies, but these companies gave them a lot of hundred millions. See that? So I'm telling you, these corporations are getting payback. Guys, when Nike give you money, it ain't for you to just chill. You're supposed to prove to Nike that by them giving you that money, you're going to have everybody wearing them sneakers. They didn't do that. Now, when KD first came out, he was selling, but when he started doing clown stuff, he started flopping. Who else had Nikes that flop? Paul George. Paul George had Nikes. So I told y'all, I'm so glad this whole era is over. This era was the era of the fakest basketball players. Now, they all had their signature move. They all had a little talent. But no, when it comes to this thing called basketball, no. Basketball is a game played in the urban community based on heart, the love for the game, having fun, and being nice on that court, busting everybody's ass. That's what basketball about. We never knew about basketball being based on no damn friendship. God, urban community, I mean, talk to me, people, period, everybody. When has basketball been based on your friends? Would you not bust your friend from day one? How many of y'all grew up playing ball against your best friend? Me? Me and my best friend playing one-on-ones on a regular. And the thing that's funny, I'm tall, he's short. He's still trying to give me that work. That's how we play. Short dude still going in the hole, posting up. That's where we from, y'all. Ball. That's why it's called balling. Get it? Y'all lost y'all culture. Y'all got hyped with all that spectacle, jump shot, dribble. Man, that's cool, but that's not balling. They were performing, y'all. Got it? They were performing. What I say? Man, they were playing, not even sweating. How you playing ball full court, guys, and you ain't dripping with sweat? They've been doing that. Because, I don't want to get hurt. My brand. They were taking money, not getting better. What I say about the dunk contest? I say, guys, by them not doing the dunk contest, their sneakers ain't going to grow. That's why LeBron encouraged everybody not to do it, so their brand wouldn't grow bigger than his. I already told you, if LeBron James would have been doing dunk contests, his Nikes would have been bigger. Why? I try to school a young generation last year in the episode when this stuff come up. The reason why Jordans were so big, pickleheads that believe in LeBron, now you're disappointed. I'm going to say it again. The reason why Jordans was so big, because he wore them in the dunk contest. And it's certain dunks, it's certain sneakers he did certain stuff in. It's certain sneakers, Jordans, he won this chip. He won that chip. He won this chip in it. He shot a 3-point hit. It's different definitions behind the Jordans. When you get the Jordan 10s, you look at the bottom, his accomplishments on the bottom. Ain't no sneaker been harder than the goddamn Jordan bunnies still. When I see the Jordan bunnies, they still tip me to want to buy them. I ain't gonna lie. Because them Jordan bunnies is fire. It ain't no sneaker top them yet. But Jordan made his brand. You better get this right. Not from playing ball for dunk contest. This is your history. Urban community, I'm giving you a history. Your history is Michael Jordan was known for the dunk contest before he even won championships, which means he branded himself with them damn sneakers from the dunk contest. And then you're going to see LeBron didn't want to do it. He didn't want nobody else to do it. And all their sneakers crashed. Because this is the brand builder. So the NBA got hit. They know what Kobe did. Nope, ain't nobody else going to make it big. Nobody's going to brand a sneaker bigger than the NBA no more. That's what they said. I'm show you what happened. Because they understood. Damn, when Jordan did this, this made him bigger than the NBA forever. Damn. Reason why we can't use Jordan for no punk-ass mascot, he got rich off them damn sneakers. We can't have that no more. Then mess around, we let Kobe do it too. They became big off their sneakers as well. Meaning when their career over, their sneakers still big. We can't have that no more. And now you got it. LeBron James, his sneaker ain't big. KD sneaker ain't big. Kyrie sneaker ain't big. Steph Curry at Under Armour, they ain't big. James Harden, whack-ass Adidas, they ain't big. Anthony Edwards, whack-ass Adidas, they ain't big. Because what? They ain't do no dunk contest. What we know in the street, y'all, even if we know it's a lie, how we look at it? Man, we look at it, they could dunk like that, man. Those sneakers official. Some of them sneakers, something that sold, the way they, it's something, I want them sneakers. Whatever sneakers we wore for the dunk contest, Reebok pumps. Reebok pumps. Because that's what it's about. The dunk contest. To prove those. What happened? Guys, what happened in that era? My ankle broke. My ankle. No, you know what happened? Nike. All of them kept getting hurt. That was ruining the brand as well. Why? Back in the day, they didn't get hurt. So when you saw them sneakers, they was winning. They didn't get hurt. Charles Barkley, my leg, he didn't get hurt. See what I'm saying? Nike, he didn't get hurt. Y'all wearing Nike, my leg, my feet. I'm like this. How the hell they getting hurt more when the sneaker technology is supposed to be better? You see what I'm saying? Y'all, I tell you, everything you believe was masqueraded and hyped online and you bought it with likes, shares, and views. Everything they did was smoke and mirrors, aka magic. Meaning they were never that great. They didn't move nothing. They were being pampered and taken care of by these companies. You know what happened? Nike made a sacrifice and paid people to be their voice and mouth. Rich corporations started paying your people to be their voice. When I show you Kyrie Irving, what you gonna think? His basketball or the stuff he says? What is he known for? Controversy, what he says, and ball. No. Back in the day, they just known for ball. They wasn't doing all that. Balling. What were they used for? Controversy, political views. See why they got the money? It wasn't just for no sports. Now you see why when Kyrie Irving playing it for the Nets, he protesting the games. What that do? People in New York start protesting because he protested. They lose their job, he come back to work. No, they clowns, y'all. And they crash Nike. See it on the shirt? Crash Nike. Now y'all got it. So, right here. Here's what they call to this day. So, I'm helping you out. It's no excuse why nobody has decent sneakers for school. School starts. It started already. Some places start next week. 2 more weeks. No excuse, y'all. Now you see, okay. Now y'all see why they had to put laws in school. Stop wearing Crocs. Stop wearing Crocs. Because they were trying to tell you they're not respectable shoes to wear. We just let y'all wear it because of the woke movement. And we were doing statistics analytics. Let's go. The company has been navigating a difficult transition in years from shifting consumer preferences, trying different things, and increased competition. That's what knocked their ass out. Increased competition. So let's stop playing. Y'all, some of my people that know sneakers, you know what's up. New Balance stepped their game up, even though they never left. Y'all know a classic pair of New Balance still gonna hit, but New Balance stepped their game up. Adidas stepped their game up. Asics stepped their game up. And like I say, a lot of people just wear whatever they feel like. People wear what's comfortable. People wear Skechers. People might wear Skechers more than Nikes. These are facts. But see, also when we're talking about comfortability, people wear what they want. But now we start talking about designer sneakers, high quality. No, it's many people that rather wear high quality than them cheap shits any day. You got people rather have one pair of $1,000 sneakers than 10 pair of those. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I had to learn a long time ago. I can have 4 pair of Dunks, or I can have 1 pair of nice ass good sneakers. See what I'm saying? If that's how I want to play it. You see, if that's how I want to play it. So people that grew up got smart. That's why I tell you these sneakers for little kids. So when you're a grown ass man, you 50, you 40, you in your 30s, you think you fresh, bro? No, those little kids sneakers, sir. That's what they are. Why? That's sneakers we wore in elementary school. Those really kid sneakers. Meaning, when you get older, you're a sneakerhead, you're supposed to step your sneaker levels up. You still wearing them cheap shits thinking you fresh, bro. No, you're not. I'm just letting you know that, sir. You know what I'm saying? Because I still see old heads, right? They think when they put on Jordans, they fresh. I'm going to tell them every time, you ain't that fresh, sir. You know what I'm saying? You gotta grow your game up. So as you got it right here, shares of the athletic giant have fallen roughly 78% from their peak in late 2021 after the pandemic. They weren't recently sinking on their lowest level in 12 years. What happened? Wiping out more than $200 billion in market value. They had $200 billion market value. They have trash. You got it now. You got it. But this also is a reflection of the urban community. 2 things. When they stop buying, willingly, and when they can't afford it no more. Crash. Now you look at technology. Look at what Kobe was doing for Nike. You see them fly-ass Nikes? Those are official. You see those Kobe's? I never had a pair of Kobe's, but these are the ones I would get. You see these? That's technology. Kobe wasn't playing that. What the old heads understood. I'm not putting out nothing I don't wear. If they cheap, I'm not putting them out. Let's test, see if they good. Not like Mellow Ball, cheap-ass sneakers. Mellow Ball, all them cheap sneakers. Why you think his ankles broke? So see that Kobe technology? He designed that. He was going to take and make his own shoe. But since he didn't get to leave, right? Now look at this. Look at these whack-ass sneakers from the 80s compared to these. That's technology, y'all. That's new stuff. So remember, I get inspired by new stuff. If I was going to wear Nike, I'm looking for stuff like that. Got it? You can wear those with many different things and still be fresh. Those are good sneakers and high quality. You see those? This is how I look at sneakers. These ain't going to run down no time soon. These sneakers ain't going to be leaning. None of that. So I'm saying? Tell you, it's a different technology, different fiber. You literally, if you take care of these, you literally will have these sneakers for years. These right here, wear them a month straight, see how they look. No, y'all, because they started making them cheap. Part of what I learned is the woke movement was part of this too. When they dumbed everybody down, got them to be vegans, got them to be on some cheap, living off the earth nonsense, and that way they started selling them cheaper products for higher prices. Using excuses talking about the recycling program. No, they came with an excuse to use cheap-ass products and sell it for a higher price. And they bought it. Meanwhile, all that stuff is cheap. And you're going to see Kobe was the last ticket they had. And all the NBA players they had did not make Nike go forward. Oh, don't get it twisted. Who else? Serena Williams got to deal with Nike. She ain't made no woman. You ever saw a woman with a pair of Serena Williams sneakers? Nope. So I tell you, the facts is when you go outside, y'all. The facts is when you go into reality, y'all. All of their lies and beliefs were online. It's not real. It's not real on television. It's not real when you go outside. From their music, when I told you the real hit music, you know you hear it outside. How you know when clothes are popping? You see it outside. I'm telling you your history and culture of the urban community. Anything you want to know that's popping in the urban community, you just go outside. You're going to see what they're eating, how they dress, how they talk. They set the trend. So when you go to their neighborhood, they're not outside no more. They don't look the same. They don't dress the same. They don't talk the same. They don't do nothing the same. You go to the basketball court. They're not on the court no more. They're not the same. Meaning their culture is gone. If this was their culture, it's gone. It is. Because they follow everybody else. This is their culture now. Period. And this represents the hippie that sit on their ass all day chilling. That's all that means. Because when you're a hippie that comes from a family of money, you can chill all day and do that. Because hippies are mostly rebellious kids, but their parents got money. You don't know your history. You don't know American culture. Most hippies are hippies because they're rebellious from their rich-ass parents. So they specifically, another thing about hippies they don't get. Hippies specifically dress like that to rebel. I'm from a rich household. My mom always made me wear Christian Dior. My mom always made me wear Chanel. So they do that to rebel, man. Hippies, y'all don't know culture, man. So when they dressing like that, it's on purpose. That's what they want to do. They want to be, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to wear nothing fashion. That's their culture. This is what I finally can show you how. Y'all been following everybody's culture. But when you follow a culture, you must have knowledge of that culture. This is what I mean. I can hang with hippies. I know how to chill around gothic people. I can be around damn rock and rollers, surfers, same way I can be around gangbangers, jail, criminals, hood. I can be around everybody, goddammit. Because I know a lot of different cultures and lifestyles, and I don't judge people. That's how you learn. So I know about hippie culture. And which I don't understand, a lot of hippies come from money. And a lot of hippies got college degrees. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference, y'all. Y'all were just hippies in the hood. That means you're going to be broke and poor, struggling with nothing. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to be hippies. You guys were the ones that get fresh. You know what I'm saying? Trendsetters. Let's go. All right. Haven't bought Nike for 6 years now and will never again. Just like me, I ain't buying since. Well, I'll tell you this. I haven't bought Nikes to wear since like 2019. I buy the classics. Like I say, I got Nikes to put on for certain outfits, but I know when I put them on, it's for a limited time. Thank you very much, Black the Free Thinker. So that's my whole concept. See, I understand. This is my whole market. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you how I roll, right? Whenever I wear Nikes, it's on a limited clock, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So say I'm going out tonight, I put on Nike because I know I ain't gonna be outside like that. I'm gonna be in the car, I'm gonna be at where I'm at, and after that, I'm coming home taking them off. That's what Nikes mean to me, y'all. Put them on, take them off. As far as me chilling every day in Nikes, nope, hell no. And like I said, unless I got a pair of black dunks, but Nike is not an everyday sneaker. They just for looks. Because Nike master what? Making them colors that match them clothes. That's Nike's specialty. Matching colors. But other than that, comfortability, fiber, no. They went cheap on us, y'all. Yeah. They see, during that Ciroc era, when everybody was getting high and drunk, these corporations started bringing out cheap-ass products. Y'all all noticed that. You'll notice it's like certain things you ain't get to keep in your closet, it just disappear. Or you bought you might have bought bed sets. Somehow they just rip, or you wash them, they don't look the same, they look dull. They started giving us cheap ass products, y'all, on some real talk. And that's when I got hip, I just started going back to basic, proven like brands. I got tired of rebuying stuff. Zip was popping. They're garbage to start. Talking about Nike. Once they went with paper, Nick, it was over for them. That's truth. I stopped buying them 10 years ago. Absolutely overpriced garbage. Told y'all, nobody wear Nikes like that. They been stopped. People like me and others been stopped wearing them like that. Meaning, I've been stopped feeling them. I don't feel the same way about Nike I did. Then I had to smack myself and keep it real with myself. I said, hold on. Bro, the first real name brand sneaker you ever had was Adidas. My first name brand sneaker was Adidas shell tops with the Adidas suit to match. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother bought me that. Me and my cousin, we had the same exact outfit. Same sneakers, same sweatsuit. Then my next official pair of Adidas was Patrick Ewing's. But my first official sneakers was Adidas. Then I thought, damn, bro, when you was young, you did like other sneakers more than Nike. You used to like Asics. You used to like, I used to like Asics. I used to like New Balance. I used to like Fila's. I ain't gonna lie, I used to like Fila. I used to like a lot of sneakers more than Nike for real. You see what I'm saying? But when it went into the Air Max era, that's when I started getting into Nikes more. Because when you wanted that bubble, you had to go to Nike. You wanted to get exclusive. So that's when I started crossing over to Nike more when he got into the Air Max era. I never was a Jordan fan. I started buying Jordans when he retired. But I was into them Nikes, but not like that. Then when I got older, I realized, man, these shit's cheap and they hurt my feet. Them joints hurt. You know what I'm saying? And they cheap. Let's go. Now we got to get into this. It's all connected with the urban community. Nike's sneakers crashing, brands crashing. Now I'm going to show y'all the things I've been telling y'all about regentrification. It's done a different way now. And a lot of your peoples are victims. So everybody's talking online. I'm always get up there every day. People are self-destructing. Some of it is by their own judgment. Now, this building in Harlem, the elevator has been out since last September. It's about to be a whole year. Now, my people that know about elevators and buildings, how long does it take to fix an elevator? Well, for my people that worked in places like Manhattan and certain places, do they not fix an elevator in the same day? No more than about 2 days tops. Don't take much to fix the elevator, guys. So I already assume what they're doing. I already know what they're doing. They're doing that on purpose. Why? To get them frustrated walking up and down them stairs. I learned a lot of these New York tricks back in the day. Yup. Some places shut down the elevator on purpose on your ass. Yup. Frustrate you. Because people that's not from the city don't know. You got to go up to that 5th floor and you got groceries and you got to do laundry. Boy. Now, for me, like being on the 3rd floor, I used to look at it as a workout. So, you know what I mean? I didn't mind on the 3rd floor. No, I was in the building before with no elevator, so I didn't mind because I'm like, it's a little workout. But now when you older, see, that's what we talking about. Now you a senior, you live on the 5th floor by yourself, or you got your boyfriend, put the elevator out. Now I'm going to show you how this played out when I tell you about these cities. People, certain cities are designed for after you retire, leave. Get to a certain age, leave. Cities are for young people. These are the things they don't tell you. Cities are really, really for single, young people, and people that are pursuing careers or work for the city. And after, if you retire from those things, you're supposed to leave. That's really how it works. When you work for the city, then you retire in that city, and you stay there. You know what you just did? Giving all the money back to the city you work for. Then in the end, You might get put out on them same city streets. But if you would have moved somewhere else, your money would have stretched out. You'd probably be somewhere chilling right now. Because the city played for keeps. So you thought you was going to retire, collect all that pension. You thought you was going to stay on a fixed income, getting all this pension forever. City don't work like that. No, take what we gave you and go. Somebody else turn. That's how these cities are really set up. These are the unwritten laws they don't tell you. Even though you got the history of New York, what they tell you? These people live here first. New York is cycles. They live here, they come up, they move. You move there, you come up, you move. Move there, that's the American way. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what I meant by we were never supposed to stay stuck in these areas. But they trick people to be proud of the hood in their city, in their neighborhood. And it also showed the fear and lack of freedom. What shows when you're not free, y'all? When you're scared to go other places freely. The whole country is yours, but you're scared to go other places. You put yourself in your own bondage, according to what you believe. I'm in the greatest city. The greatest city are struggling. So until you get tired of struggling and get your ass whipped, you're going to stay there. Now, let me show you how it plays out. This woman used to work for the NYPD. But now she live in a building where the elevator don't work. She's suffering. What else? Guys, her rent set at $1,000 in New York. Can you now see why that elevator broke? Can you now see how much that building really worth? Man, you paying $1,000. That crib you in might be worth $3,500. They want that. They want that. I know what they're doing. I can see from that lobby, that building ain't destroyed. That ain't no messed up building. They pushing them out. They don't understand. This is what I mean, family, by analytics. These companies done did the math. Real estate went up. Let's see how much it's worth now. They go do the math. Oh man, this building worth $20 million. Uh-oh, we got to get them out. It's worth $20 million. We still got them under old law paying this amount. It's worth $20 million now. See, that's how it works. They ain't gonna tell you that. You supposed to be smart enough to know. They like, man, this building work, we got to sell. No, they under old law. They paying $1,000. We can get way more for that. That's why I tell you, it's by default. When you got comfortable, lady, you got comfortable. That's how the city do you. Don't get it wrong. New York is a beautiful place. But if you really pay attention, everybody that's successful, they get to a point where they leave and they just visit. See, when you get to a point, New York is for enjoying yourself, spending money, buying stuff, the hottest new things, nightlife. That's why the people that visit had the most fun, because they're not obligated to the city. See, I learned this shit. We the ones in the city busting our ass, the struggles, do this, do that. Yeah, we have our fun, but when people come there just to have fun, they have all the fun. Then they go back home. We go back to the hustle and bustle. You see what I'm saying? And what happens is all those years of hustling and bustling, y'all, them stairs and train, it catch up with you. How been people, how New York set up, after about a certain age, you start breaking down. After about like 55, 50, you start breaking down, y'all. All them years of stairs, all them years of whatever else you did. You might have smoked, did this, drink, all them years, they'll catch up with you. Now you in your 60s. Ain't nobody trying to go up all them stairs in their 60s. Ain't nobody trying to keep doing that when they at a certain age. No. But in New York, you're going to be trained. So let me show you how she got trained and spoiled. This is the code of New York. A lot of people under, y'all. When I tell you, a lot of your people couldn't maintain without systems. So look, she worked for the city of New York. What does that mean? New York took care of her already. She worked for the city. The best job you can have is a city job in New York. That means the city won't take care of you. Housing, get it? You good. You know what I'm saying? So she worked for NYPD as a clerk for the city. Years, 25, 30 years, boom. Put her time and retired. Now, look, she's in a fixed New York City rental house. She only paying $1,000 a month, y'all. $1,000 a month. She paying cheaper than people down south. But see, she got spoiled. What she didn't know. She was supposed to leave, and she would have already probably had a mortgage somewhere, paying about $1,200 a month. These are facts. These are facts. If she would have been moved, y'all, I promise you, many places she could have moved and had a mortgage right now for about $1,200, $1,400. Anywhere else. But see, now, she's stuck on the 5th floor, and they kept the elevator broke on purpose, y'all. A whole year straight. because that's their way of pushing them out. Remember, some slumlords set fires. Some slumlords, so say they did different things. This landlord kept that elevator down a whole year. And my people that know elevators, you can call an elevator repairman today. They had that joint fixed today. Those are facts. They kept it off because they've been trying to push them out. So now that I said all that, y'all, is because it hit the fan. And I want y'all to see this is happening all over America. And it's the payback, meaning this is what I meant when I made these statements about these cities is designed for the end. You're going to be old, hurt, broke down, and passed out in that apartment. Linda Crowell, who lived in the building on Bradhurst Avenue, 149th. Now check this out. She lived with her boyfriend for 25 years in that house. But what she don't get, she told herself, what's that? So, ma'am, you lived in this house 25 years with your husband? 2 incomes? Or you just take care of him, but y'all rent been $1,000 for 2 of y'all? No, man. We not doing that no more. So I told you it's part of it. I did not tell y'all these part of the rules. They making it harder. Any woman that call themselves taking care of their man, a lot of these laws and rules are getting changed so you will collapse. Meaning, either lady, you're going to take care of yourself and your kids, but if you want to take care of man, you're going to pay the piper. They got it set up like that. It's in the bills included. They know, I mean, these are the things I was telling you. That's why the water bill's higher. They got the bills and everything set up where if you try to help anybody else that doesn't contribute, you're going to fail, y'all. Tell you, I wanted y'all to get this when I was telling you. Meaning, it don't matter how much I want to help somebody right now. Guys, I can try to help somebody. Say I'm going to work every day. Next thing you know, that person at my house make my water bill $1,000. See what I'm saying? Because I'm looking out for them. But they running my bills up. So even if you give me $500 a month, bro, it's not worth it because you running my bills up $500. See what I'm trying to tell you? It's a game set. And they made a system where analytically, you're not going to cheat it. So if you're in a 1-bedroom, it ain't just you, they going to know. If you see what I'm saying? Tell you that's where we in. I've been trying to tell you. They created a system opposite of how we live that will collapse your ass. The new formula for the urban community, y'all, was set during the pandemic. That's why I told you it was a reset. We're going to reset everything they live by and survive by. Okay, they survive by bringing more people in the household to pay the bills. We're just going to make the bills go up. Hey, they make money off their car, driving people around all day. We'll make the gas go up. Hey, they make money off washing cars. We'll make more automatic pull-up car service with the vacuum cleaner for free. We're going to shut down their whole life. Told you what it was about. I gave it to y'all play by play. And as the urban community crashes, that means the dollar's crashing. Now it's playing out through the corporations. No more money. Everybody can be honest to yourself right now. Just ask yourself, when's the last time you went in the store and spent money? When the last time you went outside and spent over $300? Let's just be honest, y'all. When the last time you went outside and one shot spent over $200 to $300? Most people don't do that no more. I know they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going to shop, you're going to buy this and that online, but you don't spend money no more. But that was the fiber of these communities. So this is how the city looking at it now. Back to Harlem. I'm gonna connect it all for you. Okay, lady, you work for the city. You made all that money, but you're probably not a consumer like that. That's why we want young people. Why? The young people go to Starbucks. The young people buy the fashion. The young people go out. The young people do this. They go to BBQs. Young people go to Times Square. They want young people, y'all. Young people that's thriving. But that's what the city's always been. Y'all know that. Then I'm going to give you this last example how I learned back in the day in my neighborhood. One of my friends, his dad worked for Transit, New York City Transit. He retired, went straight to Atlanta. My other homeboy, his mom was a New York City correction officer. She retired, went straight to South Carolina. Straight up. I'm trying to tell you, went and got that house quick by Myrtle Beach somewhere. So I'll tell you, I watched the old heads in New York. I studied all the greatest, and I got jewels and learned from them. I learned from my elders. So I'm saying, they always schooled me. You know what I'm saying? They let me know, when you get that retirement money from New York, get up out of there, take it somewhere else, you live like a king, or you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You want to struggle no more. So I always knew that. The ones that retire and don't leave, they're going to suffer. And I started seeing it. Yup, when they retire, they ain't gonna have no house. They're gonna still be on regular basic, they're gonna do everything like everybody else, taking trains and cabs, struggling. They don't understand that. They can retire, go to a city, live in a house, shopping center right there. They don't understand. They can live in certain towns, walk out their house, shopping center right there. Right there. Y'all. So I throw a lot of hints at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like my family been moved down south. So, like by my mom's crib, I can walk to the shop. I'm talking about everything, right? Everything from the goddamn T-Mobile store to, I don't care if it's Ross, TJ Maxx, this shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Supermarket, walking distance, right there. So I was trying to tell you a long time ago, they thought the South was still country, but I watched the South past New York. It been happening, y'all. I watched people in the South living a good life and people in New York struggling, y'all. I peeped this years ago, and I started getting smart. Nah, bro, it's designed. You gonna work your ass off, and your ass gonna struggle. You ain't gonna have nothing. And now I can show you through this story. This woman worked for the NYPD. She lives with $1,000 rent and going through straight hell. Elevator down for her whole money. She has nothing but that apartment. Because you're supposed to leave. I don't care if you go to Jersey, Connecticut, upstate New York, you're supposed to leave the city. The city is for the hustle, the bustle, getting the money. That's what it's for. You know what I'm saying? So now that y'all know that, I don't care who you are. When you go to any city, it's the same. Cities are for making money, careers, and plugged in with that city. If you're not doing that, you can get that job in housing in any other state. Don't matter. So y'all didn't know in the end your plantation was going to be the city you love. So Harlem tenants voiced frustration over prolonged elevator outage in apartment. This elevator been out almost a year, and I wanted y'all to get this all on purpose because this is how the new regentrification is executed strategically. Where the landlord giving you a warning, lady, we're not fixing it. You might as well leave. But guess what? Her rent is $1,000 in New York, so she don't want to leave. Got it? Guess what? This other thing I didn't tell you. This woman also had been keeping her rent money, not paying the rent. She's on old school time, y'all. They still think that old school stuff work too. They don't fix this. I'm just ain't gonna pay no rent. But what they don't know is just to gain a landlord play. Big bank take little bank. Okay, y'all don't gotta pay me. Keep your money for repairs. Know what's gonna happen? In the end, we still ain't gonna fix it, and your ass still gonna move. Now, get out. Now, when you get out, you gonna have problems finding housing, lady. And guess what else? When you do find housing, your rent gonna go from $1,000 to maybe $2,800. So by you being petty, not paying your rent, thinking you getting over, you gonna still get put out and pay $2,800 somewhere else. That's how they play it now, y'all. They got a game. They got a game. Or guess what they can say? Lady, you ain't pay your rent because of the elevator. You still owe. Your house ain't got nothing to do with the elevator. They can say that too, because it don't. It don't. They can say, ma'am, what does you have to pay your rent got to do with the elevator? Okay, the elevator don't work, but you still got your house, right? You cook, you clean, you have company. All right, so what they got to do with the rent? So I tell you, that's how they jam themselves up. I'm not going to pay the rent because the elevator don't work. They don't tell y'all, man. That's what they want you to do. I ain't going to pay the rent because the roof leaking. They want you to do that because he ain't fixing it anyway. He's trying to tell you, get out. That's how they work, y'all. So let's go. Meaning, a lot of your people are struggling, but they ain't getting no word. So she's a retired NYPD clerk. So yeah, lady, you process all that paperwork. All them people getting locked up, going to jail. Now you in jail. It's called your apartment. That's where you going to be at. Straight up. So look, complaints and contacted the building's management company, but she didn't see no change. So then decided to stop paying her $1,060 rent. God, she had $1,000 rent in New York City. Do you see that? Bro, you get 2 hotels in Manhattan, that's $1,000. She had it made. Made. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Guys, she paying. What's she paying like? Man, she paying under $50 a month. She paying something like $30-something a day. Meaning she paying like $30-something a day. Straight up. She paying like $30-something a day just to live there. Is she complaining? No. No. I'm saying it for a reason, y'all. That's how made she had it. Meaning, what you think, what you want to do, they want to sue, complain. What you think New York gonna do for you? They're like, lady, we gave you a job. You got that good ass New York pension. You got that good ass New York rent, and you still crying. They looking at you like, lady, you supposed to stack money in 25 years. You should be straight. You've been there 25 years with your boyfriend. They don't want to hear that. You know how much money you and your boyfriend supposed to have? Your rent $1,000. Goddamn, I had a 1-bedroom that was about 2001. That shit was $800 back then. You know what I'm saying? Early 2000 rent was $800 for one. She got $1,000 in Harlem, y'all. Prime real estate. But see, it's showing you, man. New York spoils you, y'all. I'm telling you. I want y'all to know the power of these cities. LA, all these cities are powerful. That beautiful name. And then in that city, they show you Hollywood and Times Square. In your brain, you start thinking you're part of that. But in reality, you hold on to these locations because you want to be with the name of these places. But in reality, you're struggling. Or you didn't take advantage when you had it. So when you got $1,000 rent in Harlem for 25 years, some shit, they don't feel, no, anybody feeling sorry for you guys. Because people pay $4,000 now. 33 grand plus, 2 grand plus. You see what I'm saying? Nah. So there you got it. But now you look at this building, right? Because we gonna tap back in with this building. Because what's going to happen is they're going to get them out that building and they're going to sell it. And we're going to come back and look at the price of how much it was for them selling that building. That building worth money. And I know if she paying $1,000 fixed, because I know these are those buildings. See, in New York, the city got certain buildings preserved for certain people. I learned that too. They got certain buildings preserved. So you're a retired cop, they give a hookup with one of these good-ass buildings. You see what I'm saying? For low income. Now they're going to take it back. Turn that joint into a goddamn condo or something. You see what I'm saying? Turn it to a luxury building in Harlem. That's what they're going to do. Which means y'all took these neighborhoods for granted. Now it's full gentrification and there's no mercy. So, lady, you complaining, they don't want to hear that. This man right here, he live in the building. He can't go up the stairs. The elevator broke. They broke the elevator on purpose. Look what he's saying. I got surgery on my back. So to go up and down the stairs is very uncomfortable. Tenant Jose. We should live like humans. And the elevator should have been fixed a long time ago. Now, let me show you what I said. Once again, told you the way New York set up, you're going to be broke down in the end. You're going to be broke down in the end. If you don't know when to retire and leave, you will be broke down. You'll be broke down. My back hurt. Guys, do you know other places people still drive around at 70 years old? Did you know that? Other places people still drive, go shopping by themselves, 72, 78, 65, 69. They still be living their life. Told you the cities break your ass, especially New York. They will break your ass. They don't want to acknowledge it. When you get the money and you retire, you're supposed to leave. Leave. But since y'all don't know that, the city always got to tell you the hard way. Y'all remember this actor right here? Remember, that's OG Bobby Johnson. Y'all remember OG Bobby Johnson? Now, I get to show y'all something else I've been talking about. I want to give y'all clarity what I be saying certain stuff. Nothing I say is out of hate or hatred. Now, you see lately, y'all, when I've been making them, when I was joking on Busta Rhymes here, and y'all been hearing me making jokes about the older men using shoe polish and looking like fools with their Beijing. When I said the hip-hop culture like a bunch of old heads with dentures, fake teeth, and fake hair. Now let me give you my clarity what I mean. Do you see this Hollywood actor? Do you see how he's 65 years old? Do you see how his hair is dyed perfectly? This is what I meant. When I know many Hollywood people, I watch TV every day. I see people that's older, under lights, camera action, and they don't look like clown-ass rappers. Now I get to show you what I meant. It's a certain way, men, you color your hair to make it look authentic. Not like a clown, like Busta Rhymes and rappers. You see it? Bingo. This is what I meant, y'all. Not to disrespect nobody that dyed their hair. I was trying to tell you, as a barber, it's a way to get it done. where you don't look fake, you don't look like you're trying to be young. It looks natural and blend with your natural age, which means it looks normal. He's 65. You see his dye? Do we look like a clown? No. This is what I meant, y'all. So I say stuff, and I always will come back later to verify or prove what I said, that I'm not just saying these things to diss nobody. No, the rappers and certain people, they look like straight clowns because it looked like they're trying to look 20 years old. And they're using cheap-ass products. Got it? That man, now say it, he's 65 years old. He look good for his age, don't he? That's OG Bobby Johnson. But what? He showed you. Just pay attention. Look, pay attention to Hollywood people that's older, and then look at the rappers. You'll see the difference. No. Hip-hop, they wearing cheap-ass false teeth. I think Cameron took a break to get some real ones. And then you're going to see Hollywood, they got the real porcelain teeth. When you see Morgan Freeman, his teeth don't look funny. When you see Samuel Jackson, his teeth don't, y'all still don't get these things, man. I be trying to tell you, everything is in your face. You know many old Hollywood people, they don't look funny. They don't look like that. No, the rappers been getting cheap discounted teeth and discount hair products. They have. As many people in Hollywood got. It's called the real Hollywood smile is the real Hollywood smile. Those are the ones you can't tell the difference. It's just a perfect smile. It look like you get it. It's a difference. The cheap teeth is the cheap damn teeth. You know what I'm saying? The cheap teeth, you're gonna see a little something like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a little like that. They're gonna look like he talk like that. And that's big teeth. No, those are called the cheap ones. Because the caliber of those dentures and implants, it goes according to how you pay. The more you pay, the more official they gonna look. And them goddamn veneers, 30 grand plus. And like I say, I know the game. In Hollywood, the real people gonna have the real porcelain. Them rappers been getting a cheap knockoff kind of like Dame Dash. All right, let's go. All right? So I wanted you to see it's a difference. You see R&B culture, a sweaty, nasty old man. You see OG Bobby Johnson, OG, retired actor, looking like a man of respect. See what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by, we have plenty of prominent people, but they was not the favorite. Guys, if I asked you what's OG Bobby Johnson's name, I bet you don't know. You don't know it? You've been seeing him your whole life. Hey, he's a good actor. What's his name? Don't feel bad. I ain't know his name until I saw it again too. But that's not, I look at it the same, like, see? Nah, it's a reason why we don't know certain people more than others. And this man never played a bum role in a movie. But he's not going to be recognized because he's not Denzel. He's not the favorite. See that? This game was based on favorite. But OG Bobby Johnson, longevity. Yo, guys, when I was telling y'all about the movie, about the series Shameless, OG Bobby Johnson, he in Shameless too. He in it too. Yup. So he still getting money. He's still acting. But I just wanted y'all to see, you got a lot of talent. You just like the nasty ones. The debate is over, y'all. We about to close the deal. It's official, y'all. The biggest cover-up, I'm about to show you right now. They're going to be talking about it after me. This is breaking news. Stephen A. is officially finished. I didn't put him on the cover because when I put him on the cover, I always get my lowest views. That's how I knew Stephen A. got fake views. Then again, one day, I finished my live, and they put Stephen A. video after my video as a recommendation. And for some reason, I kept clicking off and clicking on. I clicked out my video 5 times, and each 5 times, they had Stephen A. video in the back of my video. I couldn't do nothing about it. I said, oh, I get what they're doing. They're using my channel to give them traffic. Then what else I learned? They do that with everybody's channel. Guys, I told you I busted this channel. I busted their ass. Did you know they do stuff like this? After I go live, you go live, and you go live. After we all go live, they put Stephen A. video behind our video to make them get traffic and views. These are the things they've been doing, y'all. I know all the dirty tricks they've been doing, y'all, when I've been studying my own analytics. That's why I told a lot of YouTubers I could have helped a lot of y'all. We could have worked together because I knew all the games they were playing. I learned from my channel first. Certain days, we shadow ban, y'all. Now, this I'm going to prove it to y'all, YouTubers. I'm going to prove to y'all. Next time, right, Next time I know for a fact we shadow ban or the views gonna be low, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna come on this channel and say, look, y'all, today, you gonna get your lowest views today. Watch. Like yesterday, I know I was gonna get my lowest views. Because it's set a certain way, y'all. And when you talking about somebody that's not really popping like that, you're gonna get your lowest views. Not low views, your lowest. You're gonna be like, damn, I always get more than this. That's how I start noticing who ain't popping, who faking this algorithm. Remember I always do it at y'all? I can count on my hands how many people not reading this algorithm. And if I do a video on them, I'm gonna get my lowest views. I'm gonna get like 3,000 change, something like that. And I average over 5 on a bad day. But when I do people with no real traction, like Stephen A, no views. Because I'm telling you, paid. I finally get to show y'all the whole deal today, y'all. Now I'm happy. It took a couple years for this smoke to play out. LeBron, Stephen A, Jay-Z, everybody that's from this department, y'all, has been perpetrating since 2024, guys. I will put my life on the line. I'm not playing with you. They have been finished. They just been playing with this online behavior, social media, and opinions. That's what been pissing me off while y'all hear me snapping. When I know they're fake finished, but they just keep putting out all this stuff. Flooding, a bunch of nothing. You see all these topics, trends. What I say, they got a beef attraction. Tell you, when they beefing, they already finished. Pat McAfee don't do beefing. Stephen A got a beef. Told you, the black culture was finished. They got a beef attraction. What I say, no more dollars for beefing. Natural talent, work ethic, generate sales, customers, views. No more beefing. No more negative controversy sales. That's your world of hip hop. Today, I prove it to y'all. It's not about race. When they lose, they use race. When they lose, they use race. Race was their card of money, man. Race was their power. But it's gone, y'all. You got to understand me on this. You were the bargaining chip. The bargaining chip keeps the bank rolling in their favor, man. Now I'm going to prove y'all all what they didn't want you to know. This is why I was so mad. They didn't want you to know you was a YouTuber and you could have been rich and made it, man. They didn't want you to know it was a time you could have made it bigger than anybody as an influencer, man. Pat McAfee is the proof. When I tell you I study all great people, man. So yesterday, when I said I rock with Sean Hannity, a picklehead came in my comment section and said, you rock with Sean Hannity? Idiot. Let me tell you kids something. When I say I rock with somebody, that means I'm not against them. That also means I pay attention to them. Not to them, the stuff they say and do. You like people because of how they look and how they sound. I deal with people according to what they bring to the table and what's beneficial for me. That's who I rock with. All right? All right. So I've been studying Pat McAfee. Why? I knew he was doing his thing. He's the one that inspired goddamn it Club Shay Shay. He inspired every goddamn sports person to start a damn channel. It was him. What else I know about him? I saw how Stephen A and the blacks treated him when he came to ESPN. But when he came to ESPN, I came on this channel and told y'all, Stephen A time is up. Pat McAfee represents the new era of what? Grinding on YouTube. Standing up the whole show saying what you want to say. What else? Pat McAfee, right-hand man, black. But what? They try to play it as racist. Nope. Meanwhile, he grind. So when he got that contract, they were mad. Why? Stephen A didn't have his $100 million contract yet. Pat McAfee first contract about $80 million. He the reason why Jalen Rose got fired. Because they wasn't producing numbers. Yo, culture, these Negroes are from the era of happy they made it. Didn't I tell you Negroes from a certain era? They were so busy focusing on flossing on us because they happy they made it. But how did they make it? They were favored by corporations. So back in the day, they paid for black viewership. If you're a black face, you got a little character, you bring views, give them a check. That's what it all was about. But see, then when it came time when these labels, these corporations say, you know what, that's not enough. Stephen A, you sit on our platform every day. That's cool, but you're not growing the channel. We're not getting bigger. It's more competitive. See, y'all were able to sit on First Take and chill before this competition. Stephen A, do you know people are watching YouTube sports instead of First Take, huh? See, did you know that? Stephen A., do you know they're actually watching YouTubers instead of First Take? We did the analytics. We see at 10 o'clock, First Take on. We go on YouTube. We see all these other sports guys. And they getting views. Stephen A., you guys are getting boring. So what Stephen A. do? Start bragging. We know y'all. The same way when Luka Doncic came to the Lakers, I knew that meant LeBron James was finished. Same way I knew when Pat McAfee came to ESPN, they always finished. But now I'm going to tell you, they had to play it a nice, smooth way so none of these blacks could claim abuse and favoritism. So they let Stephen A. go so far enough to hang himself with all his own ropes. I'm going to prove it to you today, y'all. I hope a lot of y'all learn from this shit about money, corporations, and learn like a wise man told me. You ain't never going to get all the money. You never going to get all the money. I don't give a damn how much you try. You never going to get it all. And while you doing that, you going to make a fool of yourself and life going to pass you by. All right? Now, Pat McAfee, everything he got, he grinded. First things first, Stephen A. is the man now. Look how long his career is. You're not looking at how it took Stephen A. whole life to get 100 million. Pat McAfee got over 80 million in a couple of years. Why? Didn't I tell you this internet speeds up the process of you getting rich? This internet, y'all, was a magical device. You could be a broke nobody and a successful rich person overnight. This is why I tell you I studied all the greats early. I've been to all the big YouTubers were. I knew everybody in the black department front to be big was a small fry because I knew everybody big first. And I knew everybody that was big without a name, a gimmick, or a conspiracy. I knew everybody that was big off natural talent, meaning they built their own fan base. Pat McAfee was allowed to curse on ESPN. What did that mean? That meant ESPN respected his grind so much from YouTube. They told him, keep the show the same. We not changing nothing. It works on YouTube. Bring that show over here. Take this money. I saw when they got mad. When they got mad, he ain't had to wear suits. What else they got mad? He was able to curse. I told you on this channel, I said, no, it ain't that. Pat McAfee is free. And them other people, they not free like that. They're not free. Then what happened? I saw when they was going to put Pat McAfee to feature on First Take every Tuesday. What happened? Him and Stephen A. fell out. Why? Stephen A. want him to wear a suit. What Stephen A. want? Everybody on that show to wear a suit. But what did I know? At that time, that shit was corny. Stephen A., everybody ain't going to wear no suit. But he wanted to make people wear suits. He don't know. The whole time Pat McAfee came, he was this competition, and the plan was Pat McAfee going to out-hustle his ass, and he did it. Now, the number one thing I told y'all, you're going to get it today. It applies to Stephen A., Ryan Clark, Cam Newton, and every single Negro that was down with corporations. I told y'all, they fired because it's proven they don't generate no money. They don't bring traffic to ESPN. They take ESPN traffic and use it for their channel. Stephen A. wouldn't be nobody without ESPN, but he forgot. Now I'm going to show you what I said. The fact that Stephen A. was trying to start all these companies, I got this deal. He want to prove us on YouTube. He don't need ESPN. He want to prove us. He can come online and curse and say whatever he want, but he don't know the big dogs been judging him. He got tricked because he old school, y'all. Let me show you. When I get hyped, it's because I'm proud what I said finally plays out. They can't hide it no more. They can't hide it no more because they liars, y'all. They brag about when they win, but they hide their failure. That's for all of their ass. Now, let's get into facts. But now, the man who once looked like the biggest risk ESPN ever took, Pat McAfee, they took a risk. The guy they took a risk on from YouTube out-hustled Stephen A. He might actually be the network's best example of how to maximize the relationship. Maximize the relationship. This is what I've been telling y'all all, guys. You must maximize the relationship. Meaning, when they give you the money now, they want to know how much money you bring into them. I told y'all where we at. Do y'all finally got it? Do y'all finally got it? Back in the day was take the money. Shine, nigga, shine. Do your thing. Not no more. If you ain't a cash cow, We gave you 100 million, but we doing the math. You ain't bringing us no millions. They done with you. Same way I told you. Once we see you on YouTube, you ain't getting no 100 million no more. Are you stupid? You didn't step your levels up. That's why they got rid of Cam Newton. I told y'all. Ryan. They didn't generate no money. They got fake numbers, fake views. And if they do got real views, it's just YouTube views. Meaning, people don't like them to the point where they watch them wherever they at. But that's how they do Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee stream still on YouTube. He kept all his rights. His deal was, I'ma still keep my YouTube channel. I'ma still stream my YouTube channel. That's my money. I'm keeping all my YouTube money, and I'm still gonna get a check from you, ESPN. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna take my YouTube show and stream it live on ESPN. That's all he did, nothing. Being himself. That's what I say. When you get paid, but you can't be yourself, guys, you ain't free. You ain't free. That's why I say Stephen A. got to do all that work. Suit and tie, airplane, hotel, work. No, Pat McAfee goddamn doing lives like me with a goddamn white beater standing up talking junk the whole time with his boys chilling. That formula got him 80 million. Now you see all these blacks with their little fake ass groups on couches. They ain't getting no damn money. No, blacks only do shit for cameras, y'all. That's why they done. They into how stuff looks. So Stephen A. try to prove to us, y'all, he got all these businesses. But let me tell you what really happened. Stephen A. was supposed to host Monday Night Football. But what he didn't tell you is they sent his ass home because he was corny. You looking at Stephen A. trying to be cool to compete with Pat McAfee. Because Pat McAfee is the cool guy. Stephen A. started being cool. Why you think he wearing chains and muscle shirts? He's trying to be cool, but he got distracted to compete with Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee spinning circles around his ass. Why? They're on different levels. Steve, you're an old man. That's one. For two, you're not diverse. Stephen A. right here. Pat McAfee took over Monday Night Football. Guess who else got kicked off Monday Night Football? Ryan Clark. I watch TV analytics for real, y'all. If I was a boss, I'd tell you all of them be fired. I've been noticing Monday Night Football was corny. What I know about networks, when they start switching up people, they trying to find a hit. Like, when they start moving people around, let's try him. It really mean they sinking. And when they sinking, they trying to fix it. Let's try him out. So I've been saw them doing that 2 years straight. Now Pat McAfee gonna host Monday Night Football. Goodbye, Stephen A. Goodbye. Oh, what else Stephen A. got a pass from? Stephen A. used to host NBA nights. Oh, you ain't he don't do that no more neither? No, they realize the views go down when you on Stephen A. Stephen A., when you host, the views go down. Here's the facts. Thank you very much. Everybody in the chat, right here. He used to do Inside the NBA. ESPN has removed Stephen A. Smith from NBA Countdown. That's 2 shows. He ain't been on First Take like that. No, y'all, he been crashing out and failing. Stephen A. been fronting online, starting fake beef, starting controversy. But I told you, they set him up when I said they gave him that $100 million. That's his last. But he didn't know he was in a trap the whole time. I always tell you, the game is the hare against the tortoise. See, you guys gonna do all this shit fast. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm watching Pat McAfee the whole time. Slow grind. But that's how you take over. I'm gonna cross on my T. I'm gonna watch when they ass burn out, get played out, and be popping. Same thing. Y'all want to talk online? Same thing with me, tortoise in the head. I ain't come on camera yet. Hey, I might be the last one to come on camera. Hey, I might come on camera for a whole new channel. See how it works? I can win the race in the end if I want to, because all y'all already played out. Y'all been on camera so many years, you played out. So if I want to pass you now by playing the game of tortoise in the hare, I was the slowest last one to come on camera, but I might be the one to blow up more than all y'all. So I told you, I keep my ducks in a row. Just letting you know that, man. I'm always ahead. See that? All y'all been on camera. Y'all burnt out, played out, most of y'all. Because what does it profit a man when he blow up off his face, but then his face don't get no more traction? He's done. That's what happened. He out hustled him. Now I'm going to show y'all the facts, what I said, y'all. These are facts. I'm going to show y'all. This what I meant by Stephen A. people from the urban community, please learn this stuff, please. I wasn't a businessman, but I know a lot. I'm a hustler. I study stuff, y'all. I want to be great. I want to do things in life. You're never going to get all the money, y'all. Stop living that life of pursuing every dollar. Until you guys learn how to get money mathematically, that makes sense for you, where you're just chilling, money coming in, you're happy with what you do, people like you, you're able to reap the benefits of your hard work, that's all you want. Now I'm going to show you, when a man gets $100 million, it still ain't free. And now Stephen A. getting exposed for what? He not generating no dollars for ESPN, y'all. Let's go to the facts. This is important. When I said Stephen A., you should have just been focusing on First Take. Those other things Smith was focused on. What's that? YouTube channel. A managing a partnership with Sirius XM. Use your brain, dummy, Stephen A. If I'm on First Take, ESPN, you know how many networks I'm on? Huh? I'm with Disney. Why the hell I need Sirius too? Why I need that too? I'm with the biggest company on the world. Bingo. It's called greed. It's called he got caught up in the game of trying to prove he don't need ESPN. I can do a lot like Pat McAfee. He also been laying his career out for when his ass get let go. Last year, Stephen A. Smith had to clarify that he wasn't pulled from the role at NBA Countdown. Yes, he got pulled. He admitted he just didn't want to be part of the show. Well, you ain't a team player. So we pay you $100 million, but you're only part of the show. Either way, it don't make sense. Stating he had other things to do. He told him he got other things. What he got to do? Sirius Radio and YouTube? The same thing Cameron said to Cardi B. Allegedly, Cardi B said, Cameron, we need you on the song. I got other stuff to do. What's that? YouTube, nigga? Y'all are slow. He negotiated before signing his reported $100 million deal. No, corporation dollars come first. We give you $100 million. You talking about you got stuff to do on a lower level. Well, guess what, Stephen A? No more big money. It's your last check, Stephen A. Guys, I did not tell you YouTube was going to crash them at their last stop. In their mind, y'all, they're sick in the head. You looking at, for one, Stephen A. trying to be cool. This was him trying to be cool. It didn't work. That's why Pat McAfee going to be there. He tried to be cool. Corny as hell. But see, he's in a whirlwind right now. It's called chess. If Stephen A. don't know how to play chess, I'm going to tell you that's why he lost. These chess moves were being made against him gradually. Right? Pat McAfee does college for ESPN, college coverage. He now going to be doing NFL coverage. He also does what? MMA coverage. See that? Now, what else being said? Pat McAfee is a team player. He helps ESPN in many ways. He do whatever. He brings traffic. Stephen A. don't do that. Did I not show y'all Stephen A. views super low? Then they be high one day, then super low one day. He got 1.4 million subs, but his views be low sometime, under 10. No, y'all, I told you, these idiots didn't understand. These companies got analytic companies, and they know all their real numbers, and they know the numbers they bring to corporations. Right? That's how it works. If T-Mobile pay me 20 grand right now for traffic, they look at my numbers. They say, well, you average about 5,000 a day. Well, we figure we should at least get 50 T-Mobile subscriptions for your channel. Or we should get, our T-Mobile sales should go up from your show some kind of way. We got ways to check that now. We paid you for a whole year. We look after the year. Some months you only sold 10 million, 10. Some months you only sold 10 T-Mobile subscription. Okay, one month you might have sold 100, but we able to see exactly why we pay you for these ads. And come to find out, sir, your views went down. So when it's time to renegotiate, we'll try somebody else. That's how it works. All right? So I told them, and that's why I threw it all at you. But I said, guys, views don't mean nothing no more. Why? They know that your people were playing a numbers game. Because they stealers and thieves and bootleggers. So being that they were using numbers to cheat companies out of millions, now these companies get revenge. You can't prove those numbers are real, you're fired. That's why they got kicked off TV, y'all. Then what happens is they run to us with their excuses and lies. After they wipe their hands at them. Why? Cam Newton acting like, guys, I told you, anybody acting like a clown on TV is not accepted no more. So if you pay attention, Cam Newton is a personality. Hey, man. Shannon Sharp is a personality. You know what I'm saying? Oh, see, they characters. Personality. See that? Character. Personality. Not considered smart, analytical, cool. Somebody that you enjoy, that's a difference. See that? Now, you don't got to know sports, but Pat McAfee environment is, they're just having fun. His thing is carried like a man cave. We just some men chilling, talking about sports. And we interview people. What else is, you know what else happened that y'all don't know? Pat McAfee was proving his star power. Guys, same way y'all don't get when y'all watch these janky-ass content creators. Your star power is proven by the people you cool with. See, my star power is proven, y'all, by the people I get interviews with. Just because I keep getting my old friends don't mean nothing. I told you that's the black card. Same reason why I told you Sherry Shepherd got canceled. She kept bringing her old friends. That don't move numbers. You bringing the brat on the show, don't move numbers. You bringing your whole, it don't move numbers. So y'all, they always thought, I got the money, I'm straight, I'm going to look out for my brothers, my sisters, but that don't work like that. Make the money. That's why I was telling you, if you pay attention, they don't naturally go viral. Guys, when you're popping, you're lit, you go viral. At least once a month, 3, you go viral for a quote you said. Something. But when nobody really watching you, you don't go viral. So that's what been happening. I tell you, they've been perfect. YouTube was a setup for black entertainers. And what you better understand, when I'm a corporation that cut big checks, once I see your internet persona, I know I don't gotta pay you. You start looking small to me. You look small. You know, he only looks big when we put him on our cameras. He don't look that big when he's not in our studios. He don't look that big. Hey, I've been reading the chats and comment sections. And I've been seeing a lot of negative news on Stephen A. Yeah, we have. That's what the analytic companies do that too, y'all. They do that too. Why are we gonna give money to somebody if every time we look up, the fans dissing them? Every time we look up, the fans roasting them. We're not giving them money. We don't pay people all this money to get roasted. He's ruining the brand. So I tell you what it's about. The same way with a restaurant. They look at the opinions of the people. That determines if that restaurant good or not. That's fine work. Y'all didn't understand. Y'all was in an analytical study that was going to be our downfall and judgment. It goes to selling food stamps online. It goes to y'all running y'all mouth about every damn thing. They use everything against you. So this how they play them. Stephen A. think he's going to be down with ESPN. Use the ESPN clout to make all his other brands popping. But now ESPN, we're going to reverse it on him. Yeah, you got all those other brands, but your other brands ain't bringing traffic to ESPN. So you know what's going to happen to you? Pat McAfee, step up. And that's what happened. Also, it's strategic. Why Pat McAfee is being praised, as you see, is being revealed he's the face. Stephen A. is being attacked by his own group. That's all by design, y'all. Here's the facts. Now I want y'all to look at Stephen A.'s greed. His greed is what did it to him. His greed and lack of talent. Let's go. And his comfortability. Stephen A. Smith was focused on arranging a partnership with Sirius XM, greedy, to host 2 radio programs. One daily on Mad Dog Sports Radio and another POTUS Politics. Didn't I tell you politics going to be his destruction? It's Stephen A. politics making everybody don't like him. He's finished, y'all. Stephen A. is just cruising. He's in a car. The gas tank is still full. You see what I'm saying, y'all? But when that gas tank run out, y'all got it. Here you got it. He worked for ESPN. He want to work for Sirius. He doing 2 other goddamn radio shows. But he also allegedly told ESPN, I don't want to do that show. So now I told you jammed up.
He's all messed up. Because now they flipped it. Okay, you on all these shows, Stephen A., but you're not bringing no traffic. I knew that since when? I knew when he brought Shannon Sharp on the show, ESPN wasn't popping. That was for clout, ratings. When he brought Cam Newton on there, that was for ratings. But Cam Newton had fake views from YouTube. That's why them YouTube views with Cam Newton ain't help first take. You don't get fired when you bring in viewership, dummy. You get fired when it's not popping. That's why Ryan Clark had to go. See, in the black experience, when they brought them views, man, they let them say and do anything. But they didn't get that time was over. We not kissing y'all ass no more for y'all viewership, because according to y'all communities, we got the facts. You guys don't even watch TV no more. You don't watch TV. You don't buy tickets to no sports. You don't buy jerseys. You don't do nothing. You don't buy basketball, football, baseball. You don't do nothing. All y'all do is be on the phone scrolling all day. Therefore, it's no need to pay you no more. All right? That's why I say if they're boring, they go to corny. Stephen A. was trying to be cool. What you looking at, y'all, is the pressure from Pat McAfee being on his heels. This last year, he been trying to get it right for a minute, but it didn't work. It didn't work. You see Travis Kelce brother? Travis Kelce brother hosts the show. I think he said, we don't want Stephen A. back. He's corny. All right. It's all official, y'all. Stephen A. is done. Mark it on your calendar. Remember, when it was a big deal when Stephen A. made an appearance on Monday Night Countdown, he did just 3 of them last year. The first time Smith had done them. This season, no appearances. Why? Because he don't got the job no more. He can talk all he want. He also not hosting basketball no more. He can talk all he want. He actually does more work on YouTube now. Now y'all see what I was saying. Remember when Stephen A. Smith was part of MMA and boxing? That's also out the window. He ain't doing that no more neither. So then you got it. How was Stephen A. the face of ESPN? He ain't doing boxing. He ain't doing MMA. He ain't doing Monday Night Football or basketball. I told you he was done. Didn't I tell y'all they were using fake numbers? Can you see it now, please? I don't want to repeat it. I just say shit ahead of time without proof. Guys, he don't bring traffic. All they numbers are fake. How many times I told y'all I ain't going to play with none of y'all no more? How many times I've been telling you? The real numbers are shown from the lives. If they don't do lives, it's a high chance their numbers are fake, or they add numbers to it afterwards, or they in a program where numbers get added gradually. I know because I turned all these things down. That's how I know. How do I know that? Because their views don't transition to dollars. So now y'all got it? Stephen A. supposed to got 1.4 million subs. Yeah, right. Guys, when you got 250,000 subs, 1 million, and you still get under 10,000 views, the numbers game. Fake numbers, y'all. This community is infested with fake numbers. That's why YouTube making all these laws and changes. That's why. Wherever y'all go at, y'all make it worse. You big ass kids, so they got to start making new rules and regulations to stop you. Stephen A. is not that big. So the powers that be are figuring out Stephen A. don't really have no influence over the black community no more. No, he doesn't. Because they lost their black viewership. Now y'all got it. Now we got to talk about her. This has been a dead week, y'all, because we've been dealing with low-level celebrities. Thank you very much, Jim. And now, what's up, bro? Shout out to everybody in the chat. No, y'all, everybody getting their issue, y'all. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Y'all got Stephen A. falling off the bone. Everybody, see, this is what I meant by y'all. Everybody was on a high horse, but they don't want you to know they all fell off. Usher, everybody fell off. All they're doing is playing charades like they still relevant. Now, Clarissa Shields is of the new. She's relevant. But now, look at what she's going through. Your people are under a mind spell. Yes. They joking on her, y'all, trying to say she only made 500,000. Here we go. So since they're joking on her, and it's other boxers joking on her, it's another boxer that offered her $2 million to fight. It's being said that Clarissa was scared to fight that woman for $2 million. So that woman joking on her saying, "Oh, you ain't want to fight me for $2 million, but you fought that 42-year-old woman for 500,000, huh? But you ain't want to fight me for the $2 million." So he got it. It's easy to gaslight these people. So now Clarissa Shields is explaining herself or her money and net worth to the people. Clarissa Shields says the 500,000 figure going around. Guys, would you try to explain your money to somebody else? They don't understand. All this shows the weakness of their brain. They don't understand that, y'all. Guys, when you care what people think, it's a weak mental issue you possess. That means I can torment you so easy. That means I got you wrapped around my finger. All because you care about what I say. Got your ass. That's your whole life. Look at her explain herself. I see y'all trying to do. She said, I see what y'all trying to do, but over $1 million each fight since Savannah Marshall. I literally have an $8 million deal. So now she tell her business. She got an $8 million deal. For those who don't understand, all her fights together will add up to $8 million. What the Georgia Athletic Commission disclosed is the guaranteed base purse on record. So she got $500,000 for that fight, but the truth is she makes other money through other departments. But you see her explaining herself. Because I told you, man, it's a power of social media that has on the mind of your people. They care about what it says. They think it's real. They worried about people they don't even know. And they cater to it because it's their life, but they don't understand. The powers that be use social media as a mind control tool over them. When I know I got the power to mess up your whole day by one statement. Hey, if I want to ruin, let's ruin Clarissa's vibe for the day. Let's just say something. Anything. Go ahead. Mess the whole day up. You can mess their whole week up. Because this controls them, y'all. You got it? This is the new form of control when you're caught up in it. Let's go. So she's explaining her net worth, how she make her money. That's a no-no. The figure does not represent my total compensation for the event. My earnings extend beyond the guaranteed purse and include participation in the overall business of the event, including gate revenue. So she also allegedly makes money off the gate, the tickets. She make money off what? The sponsorship. So that's how it works, y'all. She get $500,000 for the fight. Okay, whatever brand she got on, she get a check from that. Any brand she might got on, get a check from all of them, and get a check off the door. See that? But it's just sad she got to explain this to people. She shouldn't be doing this. But I always want you to know, y'all. See, when you bank on low-level money, you're going to have to deal with them low-level opinions. So being that her career is based on hood money, she got to explain herself to the hood. That's why I tell you, that's not a world you want to be in, y'all. You want to get the money and live your life. You living your life is your freedom. If you're not living your life, you're not free. You can lie to yourself all day. This is the saying of money doesn't buy you freedom. You can have money, be in the house all day, trapped, scared to go out, scared somebody trying to get you. You got money. But the simplest things as you ain't even sit by a lake in 10 years. You didn't even go for a drive on the highway by yourself in years. You didn't even sit in a restaurant and just eat a steak dinner. You ain't never do that because you're not free. Freedom is freedom, y'all. Understand that. Freedom is freedom. So now y'all all got the saying. Money don't make you free, y'all. So can a lot of y'all finally understand I'm trying to save you from yourself? Money also can put you in prison, y'all. You see that? If I chase money every single day, I'm a slave to the money, y'all. If I got to do lives every day, all day, am I free? Y'all living y'all life. Doing this, doing that. Here go my stupid ass all day, trying to get y'all to watch my videos. I'm the fool. You see, I'm telling you how it works. So I'll play the role of a fool, but I'll show you. When you chasing money, you actually not free. That's why you're supposed to just get the money. Or when they say what? Make the money, don't let the money make you. These are all sayings from the urban community. All the wisdom I bring y'all is from the urban community, y'all. So I'm 1,000% urban culture. But I had to learn other ways of life. Now, y'all got to learn other ways of life. Money can ruin your life, y'all. Money ruins your shit when you don't have balance. So now I can finally show you. You got it now, y'all. Ever since Stephen A. got $100 million, have he proved to you he been enjoying his life? Or is somehow he's always in an online debacle? Family, let me show you how prison work. You work for me, take this money. Take this 100,000. You work for me. I don't know what I want you to do. Just wait till I call you. When I call you, I have something for you to do. But until then, just take this money. You see how I own your ass now? You see how your freedom really gone? You don't know it, but your freedom gone. Because whenever I call you, your ass better pull up. I own your ass. You work for me. Got it? Whether I got you work for me. Now I also got you worried about when I'm gonna call you. Man, I can't do this because he might call. I can't. Yeah, he might call me anytime now. You're not free, guy. Why? Because I gave you the money. You see how it work? So I want y'all to get this is the saying of all money ain't good money, y'all. And I want you to understand, community, it's okay to say no. Sometimes just say no. I'm all right. I'm straight. Money don't make you free, y'all. But the key is you got to master how to get the money and still be free. That's the whole science to the whole shit. You got to know how to get the money and still be free. How to be free and still get the money. That's the whole key to it. That's why when I throw the shots at y'all, other people are free. Your people ain't. What's free? When I'm Pat McAfee, hit the live button, dress however I want to dress, say whatever I want to say, go off script. Hey, today I'm going to call up about 3 of my friends, and we just going to talk and get paid. That's what I meant. They've been tricking you. Now, my family, pay attention. Stephen A. always say he's a journalist. When the last time Stephen A. did a blockbuster interview? Pat McAfee do interviews every week. Aaron Rodgers, that's when I've been knowing what's up. I watch Pat McAfee get all the interviews from the current modern star power. What I showed y'all on this channel last year. They were competing the whole time. Last year, this year, Stephen A. tried to prove his star power. What did he do, y'all? Had Denzel, Spike Lee come on the show. He just kept bringing old heads on the shows. Get it? Stephen, he bringing on cornballs. Pat McAfee can get people on there right now. Who Pat McAfee got on the show? LeBron James. He get well. So I saw the star power. If he can get stars to do interviews on ESPN, that's good for ESPN. He's bringing to the table. Stephen A., you take the check, go to YouTube, you don't bring no star power. See that? Simple. It's no different from I get a money budget right now, and I say, you know what, y'all? I'm about to bring star power to this channel. All I'm about to do is pay real people for interviews. I'm about to get top-notch people. I got a budget. I ain't interviewing no old heads. I'm going to bring y'all all the new people. Hey, some interviews might cost me 10 grand. Some interviews might cost me 20, but I'm going to bring y'all the real interviews. See that? That's real budget, real money. See, the reason why they keep interviewing CeeLo Green, Bobby Brown, all these has-beens, because they ain't got to pay them much, or if they pay, they give them scraps. See, to get real, meaning to get real star power, you got to either have real clout or real money. When you got real clout, and you see one thing I know, there's another thing you learn about this game. When you got real clout, people do stuff for free. Why? Because when I come on First Take, man, that's good views. Cameron went on First Take, it didn't help his channel not once. And Cameron going on First Take ain't help First Take at all. Why? They got the same fan base. I finally get to show y'all the recipe, y'all. Follow me, my geniuses. The reason why they all finished, the reason why they all gonna sink, the reason why they all gonna be stuck on YouTube is because they all share the same fan base. Stephen A., Cameron and Mace, Fat Joe Jada, They all Shannon Sharp share the same fan base, y'all. And there's no way in hell the fan base gonna support all of them, and they ain't supporting them financially. This is what I meant by everybody banking on the black dollar and they ain't gonna be disappointed. This is what I meant by it's a big pyramid scheme and some people are gonna be stuck at the bottom. Now that you see Pat McAfee going up, you see Stephen A going down. The last thing I'm gonna tell you what makes them sustain. The last gimmick of Stephen A brotherhood is a Q dog. Black celebrities are only sustaining because of their fraternal and sorority organizations. That is the only fans they have left. That's why every now and then they're going to break out that merchandise. They're going to break out them colors. When they do that, I know that's when they stress for numbers and views. I know that's when they sinking. When they got to do a distress call, it's like if I'm a blood and I do a live with my blood. I do my, look, y'all, it's like if I'm a blood, my views going down, y'all. I'm a blood. Know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on the blood flag. I'm going to put on my blood outfit. I'm going to turn the blood. You know why? I need blood to watch me. I know they all over the planet. I need some more viewership. I'm going to put on for the blood today. Hey, blood, watch me. That's the shit they do, y'all. That's what I meant by, in the end, if they don't have their own friends watching them, they're going to sink anyway. They all banking on the same fan base. So you know what's happening? Same people watch Stephen A, they go watch Ryan Clark. Same people watch Ryan Clark, they go watch Cat. So that's why I say the corporations got hit. And I'm going to tell y'all again. I'm going to tell you again, ain't no ifs, ands about it or excuses. You better get it right today. If they do not go live, I'm not talking about an upload. I'm not talking about a pre-record. If they do not go live with a live active chat, those are not their real numbers. A lot of them don't want to go live because their real numbers are shown. When Pat McAfee go live, you're going to see 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. God damn it, I saw 70,000. Because they real views. Live, Johnny. How I know that? Pat McAfee on the computer, I watch him on the TV. Guys, this is how I did my own studies. When you want to know your analytics, you got to study the big ones. So I saw it. He's on TV. He getting real numbers. His numbers are real. He goes live every day at 12. Yo, people start dropping videos in the afternoon, pre-records. Pre-records ain't live, y'all. They do uploads. The lives will always show the real numbers. Even though you can saw something lives too, but when your number's low, it's going to show in that live. Because what me and my people know, the lives prove your averages as well. See, I know how much you're supposed to have in that live to average 100,000 views. See? So I'm telling you, they all do uploads. So can y'all please stop saying everybody's big unless they prove you they go live for real? Who goes live for real? Lovely T. Live. 6,000, 7,000 live. Read the chat live. That's the real YouTube grind, y'all. If you're not naturally going live, you're cheating. That's why I say this is a real YouTube channel. YouTube respect me. Why? I don't use fake numbers at all. So whenever YouTube go through my channel, I make sure my channel's up to the standard what they want. What YouTube want expect from my channel. Well, they know I do janky nonsense, but I tell y'all, they respect my original content. Because when YouTube see my members only, it's official. It's official. So y'all are different. When I go live, I go live. If people do not go live, y'all, those are not their real numbers. They add sauce. So the world of fake numbers is why Nike crashed. Nike has crashed. It is nothing but an extension of the fake numbers in y'all hood and the people that's crashing out financially. It's starting to show through the brands. The same way I told you the numbers in the live show you people not around no more. When everybody was on vacation in the woke movement, everybody was online. Now y'all see the difference, moderators? When it was the woke movement, you had to block a lot of people. There was a lot of trolls because they was online working. As time went on, they started becoming homeless, going to jobs, meaning going to jail, losing their homes. They don't be up like that in the morning no more. A lot of them are not online no more. Guys, it was millions of people that sat on their ass during the whole pandemic. That's why these numbers were so juicy. But since a lot of people are gone and YouTube made changes, this is why it's happening. And everybody that ran a fake channel with fake numbers, they busted and exposed. Some people on here got over 200,000 subs. They will forever struggle to average 20,000 views. That's why they got to go live all day. Y'all, this is the sneaker of the woke movement. Crocs and Dunks. Y'all wore Crocs so much, Nike went broke. Nike went broke because of y'all. That's right. And because of LeBron James. Nike also went broke because of sorry-ass Kyrie Irving and KD. They didn't make the sneaker brand better. Y'all all got the proof. They didn't make the NBA better. Y'all all got it now. No more flexing and fronting online. They shit don't work no more. And now you got it. Stephen A is officially in the trash. This is how Stephen A Day is in reality. All he got is first take. I don't know what made Stephen A think signing with Sirius XM, starting a YouTube channel was a great move. What he don't understand is this. That channel Stephen A got on YouTube, he could have ran that show on ESPN that night. You see, Stephen A little sports show, if he did it at night on ESPN, it would have been hot. Why? It would have been like a late night show. You know, you got the late night show, Jay Leno and all that. Well, Stephen A would have had the late night show, the sports version, on ESPN. But see, I told you, I got ideas. They don't. Now, Stephen A, you got the late night show. You can still do your politics. But see, you try to do it separate. So what happened is this, y'all. Everything Pat McAfee did was a step up. He brought that brand and traffic to ESPN. He was the face of wrestling. He did good. He was the face of college football. He did good. He got a lot of football friends. He generated money for ESPN. Meanwhile, Stephen A was taking money. Do y'all now get when I say my slogan of them taking money? Them taking money was them getting big contracts, but not generating no money for corporations. You see what I'm saying? Not making the money back. We give you the money, but our views going down. We give y'all the money, y'all start taking all these games off. You see what I'm saying? Kobe ain't take games off. How the sneaker brand gonna move? Y'all keep getting hurt. By them keep getting hurt, they ruined the brand. Well, LeBron keeps saying, my leg hurt. That ruined Nike. Why? Back in the day, we believed Nikes were undefeated on Jordan because they played every game. And what else? We believe certain sneakers, if you tie them up tight, your ankle won't get broke. So we understood that and believed it. But in this era, how they got all these sneakers and their ankles keep getting broke? My leg, my ankle, my foot, my toe. But the sneakers cost more money, supposed to be better. But now I can prove it was a lie, y'all. The reason why back in the day, it was real leather. Real leather, y'all. Real rubber. These sneakers are generic plastic. Vinyl. Here they go right here. Y'all ain't wearing clothes for so long, you don't even know fake leather when you're looking at it. Those ain't real leather, y'all. A lot of Nikes have not been real. That's why they folded. What I always tell you, they think people like me gonna be stupid forever, a big ass kid, keep wearing Nikes just to wear them because everybody else wear them. Nope. And grown ups, those are kiddie sneakers. I got Dunks. They kiddie sneakers though, y'all. Dunks are for what I wear Dunks for. Go wear some job. If I just want to throw some Dunks for the day, chilling. That's about it. If I just want to chill. But if I call myself getting fresh, Dunks ain't not. No, they average. Learn urban culture again, y'all. Getting fresh and dressed in the urban community mean you got to be exclusive. All this stuff called basic. This is what I mean by all y'all basic, guys. Guys, I don't care how much you pay for something. If everybody got it on, it's generic and basic. That's how it works. So I'm just telling you, right? The past years, they've been wearing Crocs, inspired by hippies in California, made Nike go out of business, wearing Dunks, cheap-ass sneakers. Meanwhile, they were the only ones supporting Nike, and they still crashed. So y'all got it? Kobe was going to bring out his own sneaker and leave their ass. Now look at them. Kobe had the best sneakers last, meaning he was the last money maker for Nike. And he was going to leave. And what you better get, he designed the sneaker. I want it to look like this. I want it to look like that. Kobe going to tell him, no, I want that fabric. I want this fabric. No, I don't want that cheap rubber. Use this rubber. That's how it worked. That's how it worked, y'all. Look at that real sneaker now. Come on, y'all. Step it up. Y'all wear these cheap shits right here from 85. Y'all lost y'all fashion, y'all drip, y'all quality. This is what I mean by y'all. Urban community is over. For many reasons. And it's okay. This woman worked for the city, lived in that building 25 years. But now, they pushing them out. I want y'all to get, because this might happen to you. That building, that elevator been out for a whole year. They did it on purpose to frustrate them from going up and down them stairs. This summer heat, all these years, made it all these months, they've been trying to tell them to leave. The woman is on $1,000 a month rent fixed income. Her rent is fixed, $1,000, y'all, in New York, Harlem. You can't beat that nowhere else. But the powers that be know that. So, to get her out that crib of $1,000 a month, so we can raise that rent to $2,800, turn the elevators off. And hopefully, everybody on that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th floor get frustrated and move out. What else they know? They know it's elders in that building. What else they know? They know that woman been in that building retired from NYPD all them years. They know that. Trust me on that. They know that. They getting them out, pushing them out, pushing them out. Now, check this out. This is the other part of it. Let me holler at you, New York. This is the other part of it. This is how the whole world looking at it, New York. The whole world looking at it like this. At 67, you ain't broke down yet. You ain't old. Oh, New York at 67, your ass broke down from all that job working. What this man right here say? His back hurt. He can't go upstairs deep. His back hurt. Where you at? Right here. My back hurt. So New York, I can finally tell you today, the joke's on you. The other places, they still be, we got other places, people still walking around at 72 years old. Still driving and going food shopping by themselves. You got places, elders still get up, walk around the block. Still go to the track, walk. Because New York breaks you down, y'all. All that polluted air, all that shit we be proud of in the end to catch up with you. I figured it out. It's designed in the end. You work for that city, they gonna get all that money back, get all that pension back. You gonna struggle and suffer. You gonna spend all your pension money right back in the city that gave it to you. Takes all the trap. See, the smart people get the pension and go somewhere else and enjoy their life. So don't get it twisted. The city looking at it the same way. The city like this, man, we gave you a good ass job. You was a clerk with the NYPD. That meant, lady, all you had to do was sit on your ass. You made good money. Then we hook you up with the good apartment in Harlem. You can't top that. Your income been fixed for 25 years while you been getting paid. So, lady, it's your turn to go. Hopefully you save some money. Lady, why you don't want to move down south? Lady, why you don't move to Jersey somewhere? Go. That's what they trying to tell her. Because the city looking at it like this. Well, ma'am, you should have something put up. What she said, y'all? Because the elevator not fixed, she ain't going to pay her rent. But she don't know that's what they want you to do. And that's the plan. We shut down the elevator, so you're going to get frustrated. You ain't going to pay your rent, and we're going to bring y'all ass to court, and you'll get put out anyway. That's the trick. That's the trick. So if they ain't been paying their rent, hopefully they kept their money because they took the bait. I've been seeing this throughout the years. The new stuff they doing to put you out. I'll give you another one they gonna do. This winter, if somehow your heat don't work, and it just don't work, sometimes it's on purpose. Turn the heat off. Get them out of here. Or you might start having all these water problems. One day the water on, one day it's on. I mean, they playing games with you. They start doing things to get you out that building. Yes, they do. I'm telling you the things they do, y'all. The ones that don't want to burn it, they do certain things, man. Get you out of there. So you're going to get the water. When you understand you sitting on money, this build, you know how much this building probably worth? I know for a fact, if her fixed income is $1,000, I know for a fact her rent is really a $2,000. $2,000 plus. And she also slipped up and said her husband lived with her too for all those years on that fixed income rent. That's really cheating. Because that fixed income is really for one person. So I just want to try to see. These are the new systems of regentrification. In this situation, shut down the elevator, get the elders frustrated, and they've been going up the stairs damn near a whole year straight. So for people that don't understand, when you got to get groceries, guys, you know how hard it is? You get upstairs and forget one thing. Shit, I got to go back to the store. Damn, no elevator. You got to go right back. You went all the way to the store, y'all. You got everything. You forgot one damn thing, got to go back. Y'all, so I'm telling y'all the New York struggles they don't tell you about. It's New York struggles, y'all, that break you. Either make you stronger or make you cry. You got to go up them stairs by yourself with a bunch of goddamn food, shopping carts. Then when you got to wash clothes, this is why some people house stink, because they be too lazy. They keep the dirty clothes, their house get funky, because they don't feel like taking that load downstairs and back around the corner, back upstairs. No, New York gonna break you, y'all. They don't tell you that part. That's the part they don't tell you. The real New Yorkers are created from the everyday struggles that we have to go through. All right? We got to go up all these flights of stairs. Then you got to go on the train station, go down them stairs, hot as hell, sweating, bums on the train, weirdos, crazy people, loon balls, freaks, weirdos, angry people. People don't hold a dog for you. It drives you crazy, y'all. Then you get home after all that, gotta walk upstairs. And don't let it be hot. Don't let it be hot. Man, reason why I know that, y'all, I ain't lying to you. I was living in Evans Field, for people that know. I was living on the 13th floor. No cap. Man, that elevator was broke for a long time. Every day I got used to it, going up and down the 13th floor. I just got used to it. After a while, you get used to it. But I was every day, 13th floor. Damn, man. After work, that shit is frustrating, man. But that's the stuff to break you, man. They got formulas to break your ass. So, lady, this the sad part. She retired from the city. She got her pension, but now she's broke down. Because in New York, you start breaking down right about the time, about 60, a little bit before it start breaking down. Whatever life you live in New York, it start catching up to your ass. The only people that live a good life in New York is the healthy people that always worked out to care themselves. All the drinkers, partiers, when they get older, their ass start getting broke down. What else break their ass down in New York? When that old man say, my back hurt. What you think that means? When he was young, he probably was doing a lot of humping in New York. A lot of humping. When you get older, your back go out, bro. Yeah, you was a player all your life, sir. You was a player from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Your back start breaking down. My back. But that's all that humping, sir. You got it? Now, I'm saying that because when you from New York and you didn't go nowhere else, you don't know reality, y'all. Other places, people about, man, I swear to God, it's people still running around cheating. In their 70s in certain places, still being young. That's how young they be. They run around cheating and creeping. No, I told you New York is different. All the real people I know from New York that retired, they left, they balling. Balling. But see, I'm telling you, right? It's a trap for the city. You're going to retire from the city, but you're going to still live here and spend all your money right back with the city. We're going to get it back in taxes. We're going to get it back many ways. That's why you got to leave and stretch the money out. It's a system. So really, you work for us 25 years. We gave you the pension, but in the end, we still got the money back. It ain't like you took the money, bought a house nowhere. It ain't, you know what I'm saying, y'all? You get the money back anyway. Then you got it. But the truth is, I bet in New York, they start breaking down. They be in wheelchairs way early, y'all. And they be in the order, they get broke down early. And that's All the dope heads, they really be broke down. Yes, it's a place where your ass gonna be found in an apartment when you're a senior. How I know that? It happened in my family. That's how I know that. You see what I'm saying? All right. That's how New York set up, y'all. Other than that, y'all, let me see anything left. Oh, yeah. The rumor is at Clarissa Shield fight, they saying some people only made $150. I don't know what that's about. 150 is criminal. Chris Cyborg fans. I guess somebody named Chris Cyborg. I don't know what Rage Handle made, but somebody only got paid $150 to fight. Here go the prices right here. Now the thing is, they didn't put what Rage and Orlando Brown made. So this is the thing, right? Clarissa Shield made $500,000. That woman she fought was the champ. That woman only got $54,000. But what they didn't tell you was that woman she fought was really 42 years old. Don't y'all know in boxing that's old? She's a young lady that fought an old boxer, y'all. Meaning other boxers didn't respect her for that. Her peers was saying, Clarissa, you talk all that junk online. I offered you $2 million. You ain't want to fight me for $2 million, but you want to fight that older boxer for $50,000. For 500 grand. So you took a fight for 500 grand instead of taking a fight for $2 million. Because it was a show. Get that 500,000, box that old lady, make it look good in Atlanta. Now, she fight that other girl for that big money, it's going to be different. The truth what they didn't tell you is she fought a woman that was 42 years old, y'all. In boxing, that's old. Got it in boxing. No, boxing based on your prime, y'all. 20s. 20s and 30s. Got it now? Well, she did her thing, but that woman was 42 years old. Her peers don't respect it. That's why she's online explaining herself. I make $8 million. But they saying, y'all, some of the money got paid $150. I believe Ray J and them only got I believe they got probably between 8 grand. I'm going to say they probably got between 8 grand and 15 grand. But it goes with what I was telling you guys. Any entertainer, especially rapper, this is the only way they're going to get money. This is the only way. This is the only way they're going to get fluid money by the thousands. If they ain't boxing, they ain't getting no money. Nobody's giving away thousands. Nobody's giving away millions. Unless those numbers are proven. But if they box, they can make 50,000 real quick. So I was telling you, that's the real money. What else you got the proof of? Clarissa Shields is making more money than all the rappers. How much Papoose making? How much Fat Joe making? She making more money than all of them, y'all. Straight up. Because she ain't no damn rapper. An average rapper, y'all, can't even make 500,000 off 10 shows. Because they ain't giving 50,000 a show no more. The average rapper ain't getting that. You got to be somebody relevant to get 50,000 a show. They can't even do 10 shows to get 500,000. This is what I meant by they all flexing online, y'all. They just like me. They try to make their money, and YouTube gonna get their cut. Then on top of that, some of them that don't own their channel, they really sorry. They don't own their channel. They in contract working for somebody else. Now y'all got it? That's why so you got it, y'all. Stephen A had it made. I want all my people to get this. Jack of all trades, master nothing. Guys, don't prove to me you popping and lit because you got all these jobs and companies. Just focus on being a master of the main company you got. I can tell you today, guys, I have 4 YouTube channels. 4. But I only focus on this one. Because my other channels are for different things. They also for backups if I need it. But I just want you to know, when I talk, I just give y'all examples of the shit I say out my mouth. I've been at a sports channel, but I realized what, bro? Why put all this extra energy into 2 channels? Because you do that, you might lose your real. So you can't do everything. You can, but it don't make sense sometimes. When I say, bro, why are you working Instagram, YouTube, Twitter? Why are you working all these platforms? For what? Just put all your energy into YouTube. That's what I did. Because I understand that. I can be on Instagram all day, ain't gonna do shit for my channel. You see what I'm saying? Understand that, y'all. But it looks good on paper. See, when I want to be cool, oh yeah, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? I got a YouTube channel. Yeah, check me on Facebook. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got Instagram. I'm everywhere, y'all. That's for me trying to be cool, y'all. That's for me making it look like I got all this shit popping. Nah, man, I don't need all that. Be a master of one thing first, y'all. Be a master of one thing. I don't care what it is. Don't follow them, y'all. The reason why let me tell you why they janky on YouTube. This is why they don't get nowhere. Everybody got all these platforms. I'm going to follow me on TikTok. Why the hell I want to follow your brand on every platform? Am I going to get different results? No. So why the hell I keep following you? They don't think about that. It's called oversaturation. They also said Stephen A. oversaturated himself by being on too many shows and doing too much. You can oversaturate yourself. Now you see what I said is idiot YouTubers that go live all day. That's oversaturation. No TV show comes on all day. No TV show. No movie comes on all day. Nothing. See, it's just because Negroes got a camera, they don't know how to act. Negroes on a device. Nobody comes on all day, every day. Nobody does that. But your people do. Because they oversaturate and they destroy. They don't understand sacredness. They don't understand purity. Got it? All they know is oversaturation and messy. So they be so messy, somebody always got to come and clean the mess up and get them out of here. Got it? Give y'all these formulas, y'all. Be your own independent entity, and I promise you, you will see your own greatness. I don't give a damn what it is. I don't care what it is. That's your key to success. Y'all all got the proof. Following, got everybody nowhere. The woke movement is now called the broke movement. If you was in a woke movement, I can bet my life you're broke. I can put my hand on a chopping block with a big ass samurai sword. If you was 1,000% woke movement, I know your ass broke. Because it was a setup, y'all. George Soros and them shot y'all fate. All these organizations shot y'all fate. We're going to put them in these organizations. It's going to stop them from working. When they stop working, they're going to start smoking weed. They're going to be online all day. We're going to use them to type, tweet. We're going to use them to start public opinion. We're going to use them to bash goddamn red people. We're going to use them for a lot of shit online. We're going to use them to make online money. How I know that? While they online talking, they're going to be shopping at Amazon and Temu. Apps we got money invested in. I know the whole pyramid scheme. But when they all finish, the woke movement going to be over. We're going to stop cutting checks. The blue party going to lay low. And they're going to be broke. And then after that, the EBT going to get cut. And they public assistance. But they shit going to start drying up. They're going to start losing their Section 8. They're going to start losing their projects. And then they're going to be finished. And that was a nice game played by the blue party. Everybody that was on these programs, you had no clue. You was at everybody. You was at their mercy. Y'all subjected yourself to people's mercy. So when they took back those programs, God, when they stopped this and stopped that, cut this and cut that, you like, what happened? What's going on? Everything is so messed up. America's a dark place. No, it's not. You don't know what happened to you. You got played. They showed you that when a woman from BLM got that mansion. You ain't seen her have since. Since they announced she had that $6 million mansion in California, you ain't seen her ass since. Because she got rich already. Thank you. Got them. That's what I told y'all. Those are all programs and communities. They had money for that. But when that regime was over, no more money. Then to finesse the game, they blamed it on 47. It wasn't 47's fault. They own people, cut their ass off, shut down the programs, and blamed it on 47 and ran. You see what I'm saying, y'all? That's like, look, I was looking out for y'all, right? I'm taking care of y'all. I'm making sure all y'all straight. But then when I don't want to take care of y'all no more, I just run. And then I lie and say, man, that's messed up, man. Trump made me lose my job. Trump made me lose my business. Man, 47 messed the economy up. Whole time I just made it up and left. Ran. Left y'all broke. That's what the organizations did to our communities, y'all. Used everybody up. Used their ass up. Used their, excuse me, sir, did you vote? Use their ass up during voting time. Excuse me, man, did you vote? You can still vote. Use their ass to vote. use their ass to push votes, use their ass to push agendas. Y'all gonna be Antifa, y'all gonna be BLM, y'all gonna be this, y'all gonna be that, y'all gonna be this. Don't worry, you don't gotta work. How we know that? Ain't no such thing as march in the daytime when you got a job. I always do that. Nobody with jobs march in the daytime. What they made a point to show us. Every protest was broad daylight, 12, 1, 4. I knew what that meant. I knew everybody marching was on camera for not having a job. Which I knew was, that's a group of Americans. They don't know the science. They're rebellious, but they also jobless, which meant they were at the mercy of these organizations. These organizations were nothing but sophisticated extension programs of welfare. That's all it was. Welfare programs, y'all. That's all it was. And they're going to be so comfortable. We're going to make it easy for them. Check it out. We're going to get them fixed income on their rent. Meaning we're going to lower the bills. Give them a few. We're going to make them think they're going to have this free ride forever. And by the time they look up, everybody go past them. Because they still was asleep when 20 million people came in the country during Moneybag Joe era. They keep skipping over the fact because they're dumb. Somebody wanted to build a wall. Somebody let them through the wall. 20 million came in, but they didn't know the 20 million was to take over their community, their spot, and everything they love. And that is what happened. I can't tell you nothing else. All right? Now y'all see what I said. The community don't exist. It's just fairy tales and fabrications. That's all it is, y'all. The more they talk online, they just keep embarrassing themselves. You got the facts. Kobe was going to lead Nike. But they still crashed. They're finished. Y'all got the truth of this episode. All you got to do is keep your eyes open now. You watch Nike crash. You watch Stephen A. crash. Now, keep adding your other celebrities in that bracket. Keep it going, y'all. You keep the list going. You understand what's going on. They all crash. So I'm going to tell you again. Until you hear somebody getting a big check from a corporation, they ain't getting no money, y'all. That's just that. On that note, I will get out of here. Thank y'all all for tapping in. Shout out to the smart people. And shout out to everybody else getting smarter. On that note, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate y'all all. What's up, Miss KX? B Tisdale, what's up? What's up, Fatima? What's up, One Deep? Natasha Jordan, Smoke Dog. All right, y'all. I'm out. One.